Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the It's Hard to Explain podcast. I'm, of course, Adam, of course, and we're back at it again at Krispy Kreme.
Hello.
Hello.
How would you like your donut?
Glazed.
And
I'll
creamy.
glaze it. And I'll cream it.
Yeah.
It's also got to be hot and warm.
I can do that.
I'm sure you've noticed that we're lacking one familiar voice. Right now it's just me, Jake, and Kagan. What's going on?
But that's because we got two unfamiliar voices as well.
We have Austin.
Hello.
And Allston.
What up?
The long fabled Allston. We talk about him a lot, and now he's here.
He's here. He's real. I told you.
I told you guys he was real.
Yeah,
you didn't believe us.
me.
I'm a ghost no more.
All right. Adam's presence in this episode will kind of be limited just because of how this episode is structured. Because one, there's 5 of us here, and 2, just the way that this episode is structured, like I said, his role will be limited naturally, and we'll get into that soon.
This actually kind of works out because with what we're doing, we only have 4 microphones, and our little pod track that we use to record it only has slots for 4 microphones.
Right.
So even if we wanted a 5th, we couldn't have a 5th guest without getting rid of one of us. So the way this is going to work, I don't want to give in too much away.
Yeah.
But I will be playing a character, quote unquote. And that character does not speak too incredibly frequently. So I'm able to kind of share a mic with another person who will be able to use it. And then whenever I need to talk, I'll just swoop in, say the line, Bart, and then get back out of there.
Yeah, so we're trying a lot of new things this episode, with there being 5 of us and then 2 of us having to share a mic. That's going to be a work in progress. So it might be a little noisy, but we're gonna roll with it.
Yeah. This episode's very experimental, so
yeah.
Let's
But hopefully you enjoy it. But yeah, we are going to start with a little catch up. How's it going, boys?
It's going, man.
It's going. It's Labor Day is coming up, so I think most of us have a 3-day weekend, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think all of us have a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
We do big chilling.
Yeah.
I don't think Ethan does.
He doesn't.
Oh.
Well, yeah, no, he doesn't. He's an
Rip
essential.
bozo.
I think he's an essential worker.
He's in the other room.
Ethan is in the other room. Yeah, he's doing stuff.
He's napping.
Yeah. We're going to be so loud, though. We're going to make sure that he knows that we're here.
Yeah.
It's our duty
he
to
doesn't.
keep him up.
We just snuck in.
Even though he's
minutes, I'm going to pound on the wall.
Because he doesn't know
Yeah.
we're here. We actually broke in through a window.
Yeah. We got to...
he also has to work
Fix
tomorrow,
that.
so we got to make sure he doesn't get his 8 hours.
Yeah.
Because we're evil like that.
No, we're considerate like that.
Nods enthusiastically.
I don't think there is a lot going on in the future, like the very near future. But as of recently, I started school. I think I talked about that last time. That's going. I don't really want to get into it because this is a fun time.
This is fun time. No bumming out.
Yeah.
Stupid school shit.
But I can pass it on to Kagan if you got anything interesting to talk about.
I mean, nothing too crazy. I mean, it's really the same old. Go to work, hate my job, come home, pay the bills.
Rad.
That's how it is, man. That's
Can
how
I
it is.
get an amen?
Amen. I've also just been
what?
doing a lot of self-reflection in terms of I'm trying to be nicer with people, and
Boy, is it
sometimes
hard.
It's really hard because today Kayla was testing my patience, and I was like, be nice, Kagan, be nice, breathe, and it was difficult. I think I did it. I think I survived, but it's hard changing like that, man. It's hard changing. Trying to be soft-spoken
Give
too.
it time.
I was trying to talk to Jake earlier, and my voice cracked like 7 times in one
joking.
sentence.
I was joking about it earlier because I was like, he's trying to be more soft-spoken, but his voice just won't let him. It wants to be let out. It's like, I need to be loud. That's
Anytime
not in a
I
bad
say
way.
something, I'd be like, yeah.
He's like, yeah, man, I'm really trying to change. Fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, Rick.
Yeah.
I did sound like Morty earlier with how much it was cracked.
Yes, you did.
It's crazy.
Adam, what you got? You got anything new?
Not necessarily at the moment. I'm still glazing my shit, crazy style.
Nice.
For at least the time being. That might change in the near future, but we'll see. You know, nothing crazy. Nothing's changed. Same as Kagan. Go to work, hate my job, come home, pay bills. That's about it.
Enjoy friend time.
Work
Yeah.
type shit.
Eat,
Type shit,
sleep,
sir.
and record the podcast.
Yeah.
Allston, Austin. Do y'all have anything crazy y'all need to talk about?
If you want to talk about anything, it's okay. You're not obligated to.
You don't have to get personal. Just
Yep.
On the
catch
work
up
grind type shit.
On the work grind, on the work grind.
Type shit.
Yeah. Also, you're have either of y'all ever been on the podcast?
No,
Neither
neither
of them
have.
have been. I don't think they've been in a podcast in general, but they definitely haven't been on our show before.
They know about it.
They know about it, yeah.
Yeah, but they've never been here. But Allston had an episode idea, and we were like, that's an idea. We'll try that out,
Yeah.
and we'll see how it goes.
And that is this episode. And also, a little fun fact: Allston was originally going to be our Ethan, but he decided that he didn't want to do it, which is completely fine, and he wanted to do other things and pursue other things, which is perfectly fine.
I bailed.
But it's completely okay. It's awesome.
I mean, you told us why, and we understood. We're like,
Yeah.
we get it. I mean,
Yeah, it just wasn't for you, and I understand it.
It's not okay. We held a grudge to this day, and
Yeah, what the hell,
we
man?
actually lured you here to beat you to death with hammers.
And,
mean, that's
and
fair.
such.
That's fair.
No, but I thought that was a pretty interesting little fact about the show, because Allston was originally a pretty big part of it.
Now I
but
just do
things
little
changed.
doodles for you guys
And
every
he
now
does
and then.
contribute. He actually does. He does contribute to the podcast pretty significantly, actually, because he's in a lot of our social posts through art that he draws.
He
like
actually-
our character
yeah.
little faces that
our
you
little
see on the
characters
thumbnails.
is
Yeah.
the one he made them. He made all of them.
I will
actually.
say
Doodles.
I made mine on Jackbox, and it was just so funny to all of us, so I kept it. But he did Shay's, Kayla's, Adams, Ethan's, and Kagan's, and he will be doing Austin and his own soon as well for this episode.
And we hope that if this goes well and they want to, we'll get them back on the podcast in the future if they have any episodes they want to be a part of.
There may be a follow up to this one. We'll see. We'll just see how it goes.
I'm actually going to gaslight you guys and make everyone think that you just faked an extra person being on here.
Great.
Perfect.
Just what I wanted.
Just want to give you a heads up now.
Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you for being transparent.
Actually, guys,
I'm a very genuine, honest person.
guys, we lied to you. The Austin and Allston are just Ethan doing really good voice impressions.
He's been putting in that work behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Thank
he's
you,
just
guys.
really good like that. So yeah, whenever you hear those two
becoming a
separate
voice
voices, whenever you hear those two separate voices, that's just Ethan.
I really
being
wish
really
that
good at it.
then that they would have talked at the same time, and that's still Ethan. Anyways, we brought them on today for this episode for a very specific purpose, and I guess we'll just say it now. This is a D&D inspired episode, and Allston and Austin are heavily into D&D. They both DM their own campaigns.
And they both do fantastic jobs at the DMs.
Yep. So they are very well versed in this game, because, like I said, they do create their own campaigns. They DM their own campaigns, and that takes a lot of fucking work. And I was wondering if before we get started, if you guys wanted to take a minute to talk about like how you got into D&D and why you're interested in it.
For me specifically, I have always been into the fantasy genre. That's like Tolkien. Fucking love that shit, right?
Tolkien. Yeah, I love that's probably my favorite genre of anything is just medieval fantasy and like dark fantasy. So I fuck with D&D heavy. I don't know as much as they do, but I am always down to do a campaign when one's brought up because I love it. I'm like,
And Alston, in retrospect, knowing you for so long, and you getting into D&D, it makes perfect sense because you've always been very creative, always coming up with your own ideas and worlds and characters and such. And
Maladaptive daydreaming.
yeah,
Yeah, I gotta love it.
no, but it makes perfect sense because you're really creative and you're really good at making these expansive worlds and character backstories.
I can go on a tangent to the point of it becoming an elaborate story.
Right, we'll have a whole episode where you come back and tell us about blueberries.
Also, he could start talking about something and it would fill an entire 2-hour episode. He could just keep going until the episode's done. He really could.
And
It's kind of a skill. It's kind of impressive.
Yeah, it is.
it might be incoherent rambling or it might be the most profound thing you've ever heard.
They were talking about bugs yesterday.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a mixed bag.
Very interesting conversation about bugs. Not
Yeah.
even gonna lie.
So it makes perfect sense to me, at least, that you are a DM and you're very into D&D.
Hell yeah, thank you.
You do it
You're
well.
also a
It
big
just makes sense.
Skyrim fan, so and Oblivion.
I did love that game. That was a
Yeah.
great game.
Oh yeah. Austin, what about you?
So I actually didn't get into D&D until sophomore year of high school. So around 2018, I had a guy in my shop class who he played on the regular, and he did just a short little one shot with me and a buddy of mine, and I just went headfirst into it. Since then, I started DMing my own campaign based off of the Minds of Phandelver starter campaign that comes with the starter kits for D&D.
Okay.
And that quickly turned into what was 3 people that I was DMing for to 9 people on the
Wow.
daily.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
9 people in a campaign?
Dude, it was
Oh.
chaos.
It's a lot to
Yeah.
juggle, dude. I bet.
I do got a question that maybe either of y'all can answer for because there is homebrew campaigns, which are personally my favorite because you can just make whatever. But how do the book campaigns work specifically? Because people have free thoughts and they come up with their own ideas and interpretations for a character. So how does a pre-made campaign kind of fit around that? Do y'all have an idea or an answer for that?
So the books work in the sense of it gives you a very vague outlook. So it gives you hey, here's a room, here's what they're going to find in the room in terms of loot, in terms of NPCs. And this is the basis of what that NPC has to offer.
Oh,
And then the
okay.
DM has to fill in those gaps of, okay, well, how are they going to direct that conversation into the information that they have?
That makes a lot of sense.
And
Yeah,
as a DM... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say that makes a lot of sense in terms of the how you get it to work, because if it's there's a very set storytelling aspect to it, it didn't really click in my mind that if say you go into a room and there's this character and they're doing this and it's well, my character wants to do this thing. It's I don't know how it would translate to a book.
So how it's sounding to me is that whenever you get the book is essentially just a rough outline, kind of like a screenplay before a movie, just a very rough idea of how it's going to go and the story beats, and it's your job to flesh it out and add in all the detail and make it come to life.
Correct. It's all ad lib once you actually get into the game itself.
And Alston, as you were gonna say, as a DM,
As a DM, another thing you can do, not highly encouraged unless you have a bunch of new players with you, is just railroad the ever-living hell out of it.
Yeah.
Just kind of give them a very one-track, you're doing this, now you're doing this, using the NPCs, all the non-playable people in the campaign. Just use them to be oh, hey, here's a thing you could do.
Yeah.
And just kind of give them the idea of okay, well, this person's telling us to go this way, and you can either do that or they can do the exact opposite, and then you have to improv around that.
yeah, and that's a big thing when it comes to D&D is improv. And for the uninitiated, D&D Dungeons and Dragons, it's a role-playing game, and the DM is the dungeon master, which is basically the person that I would say guides you through the campaign very lightly, very loosely. They set the groundwork. They let you know where you are, what's going on, and then basically throw it to the players.
I always like to think of it as the DM is the person who's, making the world, of course, the characters you interact with, but it is entirely a collaborative game where the players have just as much to do with the storytelling as the DM does. You guys are more specifically focused on your one character that you're playing, but I, as the DM, would be explaining what happens through your actions. You choose to do this, and I help you figure out, okay, well, if you're trying to pick this person's pockets, roll, the dice are going to be the dice are the true gods, and this is the best way to look at it. I'm the messenger of the gods, essentially. I tell you what the gods have told me.
Nice.
I've always thought that the DM was kind of like the narrator of the story. They gave everyone what the story was, but it's up to everyone else to fit those pieces together and make a story. And like you said with railroading, that's very beneficial for people that have never played. Just so they can stay on track, because D&D, if you're first getting into it, is a lot to familiarize with, especially with like characters with like spell casting and all the spell slots, spell saving throws, DCs, ACs, all that. It's just a lot to get into.
And I do want to say that me personally, I don't have a lot of experience when it comes to D&D. Allston, Austin, and Kagan do play it quite frequently, and they know way more about it than I do. But I think it's fun.
I was gonna say Baldur's Gate 3 taught me a lot about like basic stuff for D&D. It's a really good. It's not like a perfect 1-to-1 of it, but it is a pretty good game to give you the idea of how D&D works.
Yeah.
Very roguelike, very, very replayable.
Yeah. Right now we have. God damn it. Right now we have a campaign that Allston is doing that we haven't played in a while, but it's been an enjoyable one. Same with Austin's. I really like the Austin's campaign and Allston's. They both have very interesting stories, but are two very separate identities. But I have a fun time with both of them.
One thing I wanted to say was y'all were talking about like your idea of what the DM is and stuff like that, and like how it works in the framework of D&D. Kagan, you said narrator. The first thing that came to my mind was like, y'all have heard of the game The Stanley Parable?
Yeah.
Yes.
So essentially the DM is the narrator and the player is Stanley, and the player's job is to fuck up the narrator's story as much as humanly possible.
I mean, it can go that way. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just eventually the narrator, it starts off as him being super professional, and then the party continues to make more and more wrong turns and deviate away from what he wants, and it just devolves into screaming, internal screaming.
And I've seen things of like campaigns going wrong because players get like a power trip or they have an ego where they want to be the main character. And it's not really about who's the main character. You know, each character has a backstory, and the DM can help get that backstory like more fleshed out and then develop the character on its own. So there's not really a main character. There can be, but most of the time each character is supposed to develop on their own
And gets at a certain time to shine.
and I think Alston does a pretty good job with that in campaigns that we've played. And I'm curious to see this one shot that we're doing where it takes us.
And I want to say, you know, I'm sure you've noticed that I just sit here, I pop in every now and again. That, like I said, my character in this is going to be, he doesn't talk much, like too incredibly much. So for the most part, Alston will be using my mic to DM, and whenever I need to say something, I'll pop in. That's why I've been so, like every now and
Quiet.
again, I just pop in with something.
But he's still here.
Yeah. I'm just kind of like pacing off to the side right now.
He's around. And before we get started, I did want to preface also, Kagan mentioned a term one-shot. So D&D campaigns can span so many sessions. They can span years, days, weeks. Just depends on the party and the campaign. And a one-shot is, we're going to try our best to start and finish this campaign tonight through this recording.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Don't know how long it'll be. Alston did estimate around 45 minutes to an hour, but we'll just see where it goes. Yeah.
So with that, I guess we could go ahead and get to explaining what the one shot's going to be about.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is going to be a murder mystery one shot.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. I told them the vibe to kind of expect from it would be if you know that one episode of Adventure Time where they're in the mansion and they all have masks and they're, oh hey, there's people dying left and right. Who's doing this? Very similar to that is the vibe that we're going for. Not too serious, not entirely chaotic. We're having a bit of structure to it, as much as we can at least. But their party has been an established group of adventurers for around a couple months to a year or so. With that in mind, they have recently come to an inn that's out in the mountains. The owner of this inn is a Goliath, which is kind of a Bible reference, just a very tall, kind of half-giant type creature is what a Goliath is. But they're known for being naturally accustomed to mountainous terrain, to the cold. So it's not out of Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry.
Wow, Kagan.
No, my phone is on the fritz, dude. I have a little podcast app, and every now and then it'll open and play Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Okay.
I don't know why. I can't get rid of it.
I just wanted to be included.
It just wanted to say hi. I'm
Anyways.
sorry.
No, you're good. But so it's not out of the ordinary for this Goliath to be out here. What you guys would know about this inn is that it has been around for a couple dozen years or so. As just a regular building, it hasn't been turned into an actual inn until just 2 decades ago, I'd say. But the innkeeper is a farmer. He's always been working on a farm out back with his family. They have a chicken coop out back. You guys all notice this as you're entering into the inn, right as the storm that's approaching starts to get heavier and heavier, with very thick blankets of snow just piling behind you guys. You know that this weather is going to be continuous for the next couple of days, but luckily you made it to the inn in time. And when you guys got here, I'll go ahead and explain for the audience. We did a little practice run before this, kind of giving them a chance to get used to their characters.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and introduce who you guys are real quick, just so they have a better picture to paint in their brains. We'll go ahead and start with Jake.
Okay, I do want to preface this. I'm not familiar with this certain race that I am in this campaign, but I'm a fire genasi, which is a fire elemental. And my name is Allston Nick.
And I'll go ahead and help out with a bit more description. Yeah. His class is Druid. In D&D, Druids are the nature-y flavored spellcasters. Your specific type of Druid that you are is Circle of Wildfire. Him being a fire genasi, he lives, breathes, sleeps. Everything about him is fire. And for the rest of the party, I'll go ahead and say everyone has some interpersonal conflict going on in this party. For our genasi in particular, he tends to be a bit of a, what was your name again?
Allston Nick.
Yeah, a bit of an arsonist. Our tabaxi party member.
That's me. Hi, I'm Kagan. I'm a tabaxi.
He would especially have some issues with this, as he is more often than not been engulfed in flames.
Scorched a couple times, yeah.
Go ahead and explain your character, Kagan.
I am Cohen Stash David. I'm a fiend, Pact of the Chain Warlock, and I've got demons in my head. Yeah, that's about it. See ya.
You just changed accents.
I kind of went over a little bit more with what your conflict with the rest of the party is.
Yeah, I'm known to experiment on them. Nothing bad from my perspective. Nothing bad.
Ain't nobody gonna hurt you.
Yet. Yeah. From my perspective, it's nothing bad, But, that's opinionated. Well, who's to say, really, right?
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Not me.
Not me. Who to think? Not me.
Yeah.
And more specifically, there is one party member that has a bit of a grudge against you for being the subject of your experiments more often than not. And that would be our Kenku Bard. I'll also go ahead and say Tabaxi's, Kagan's character, they're kind of like a cat folk creature.
Kind of picture a Khajiit from Skyrim.
Very Khajiit.
The best way I can describe it.
Very Khajiit. They have wares if you have coin, by the way.
They also like drugs.
Oh, yeah. But Kenkus, they are the raven people. Very, very bird. And that brings us to Adam's character.
Greetings. I am a kenku, which means I am a bird type creature, and I'm a bard, and my name is Bernard, the bird bard.
Bernard, the bird bard. You're supposed to say it with me in unison. This is like an AA meeting.
Yeah, I am Bernard, the bird bard.
Yeah.
Don't get used to me speaking like this, because the way that my character is able to communicate at being a bard is through the lyrics of songs that he has heard before. So anytime I need to say something, I got to think of a lyric from a song I know and or like.
So if
in
you
order
say
to-
a line from a Kendrick song, does that mean Kendrick is canon in this universe?
I guess.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Nice.
Sir Kendrick of Lamar.
K dot.
Okay.
But I can communicate through the lyrics of songs that I know being a bard, or through things that I've heard other people say. So like I could also, like, if one of you says something, I can write it down, and then later I can say it to get something across using your voice.
Nice.
So like if one of y'all tells, like, let's say Austin and Kagan's characters are in a situation, and Kagan tells him to watch out, I can save that for later. So if someone, like, let's say someone's coming up behind Jake, I can be like, watch out, in Kagan's voice.
Okay.
He's kind of like a living record player.
Yeah, I'm like a tape recorder.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll be popping in every now and again for the occasional line.
All right.
Yeah, that's a neat little thing that Kinkus do. They can only speak through mimicking the phrases or words they have heard before. And yeah, we just thought him being a bard, using any song to reference the lyrics, that would be a fun little touch.
That would be
I
funny.
love his
think.
name also. Say that,
Bernard the Bird Bard.
say that 3 times fast.
No thanks.
I did not come up with that name. Alston came up with that name, and it was so good. I was like, yes, please.
Yes, that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Originally, when Austin pitched this idea of a murder mystery, I thought it was going to be like we're going to be people. So I had this idea for this, like, Great Scott, by Joe, this man's been murdered type of, like, character. And then he told me, it's like, oh, well, I really like the name Cornstash David, so I'm just going to keep that.
What was the origin for that joke,
I
Kagan?
think me and you were geeked out of our minds, and I just said it, and then we just kept laughing
You
at
said
it.
Corn
And I
Stash
said,
David.
and you're my brother, Cornstash Dalton, no relation.
No relation.
No relation. My brother, no relation.
Yeah.
His name is my brother, Cornstash Dalton.
Yeah,
His
it's
first
like
name is my brother.
Yes. Anyways.
But yeah, so our Kinku Bard, notorious amongst the party for always wanting to be the center of attention, even to the degree of it kind of getting in the way of whatever goal that they're trying to complete. But also to the detriment of the marriage of our next our next party member, our halfling monk.
Going to battle, Lothran. Pleasure to make a fool of you.
And go ahead.
So I am a Lightfoot halfling monk of the Drunken Fist. I am
Nice.
always wearing a shark leather vest that is constantly covered in either alcohol or oil.
Goes
You never
hard.
really know.
Nice.
That goes really hard, actually.
That reminds me of Rock Lee, Drunken Fist from Naruto.
But yeah, no, so he is the party's drunk uncle.
Okay.
Yep, drunkle, if you will.
Status. Nice.
Status. But there's not only one halfling in this party, which brings us to the murder mystery. His twin brother, his halfling brother, Gimblesworth, whatever your last name was, I'll let you decide that.
Lothran.
Yeah, there we go. Gimblesworth Lothran is our now deceased halfling. And prior to this, everyone in the party had an issue with this guy, constantly throwing these just devious pranks on them. Our Fire Ganassi and Tabaxi especially were fed up with him always waking them up with a bucket of water. Our Kenku specifically had a beautiful, beautiful collection of decorative china that kept getting smashed by this halfling. And even his own twin brother, who would seldomly, but oftenly enough to be mentioned, would take part in these pranks as well, would also be the victim of them more often than not, especially with the last prank pulled on him. If you want to tell the audience what happened with that one.
Are you talking about waking up?
The flask.
Oh, the flask. Oh, yes. Gimblesworth decided to have me taste a new flavor of beer. Tasted a lot like his own piss.
Yeah.
Piss water in the most literal sense.
Austin's character is like, not again, man.
Not again.
We're adults. Come on.
I'm an adult. I need to calm down.
But once you guys arrive to this inn, though, you're greeted by the innkeeper, I just now realized I did not give him a name, which is
just-
the most iconic thing to do.
Let's just name him Innkeeper.
Yep. His name is Innkeeper.
His name is Ben Keeper.
Ben Keeper. Yeah, there we go. So Ben Keeper. Hardly know her. Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
This is
Yeah.
gonna be awful. What do you mean?
What do you mean it's going to be awful? Don't say that.
I'm already having a blast.
pray
We
for
haven't
our
even
downfall.
started yet.
There we go. But yeah, no. So you guys arrive. You're greeted by Ben Keeper, and
We have moments like this
They caught the murderer.
where we just edit out
murder.
these silent
We haven't
bits.
even done the investigation. What?
out which one of us.
Yeah, they're like, we already know.
They haven't found the body, but they know who did it.
They don't know there's a body, but they know someone murdered
Ben
someone.
Keeper has an illithid tadpole in his mind, so he can read our minds.
Oh.
So he
think
already
it's passed.
knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Okay, there we go. They gone. So, almost immediately, the two halflings order a just huge round of booze for you guys to keep you guys entertained for the night. And again, the storm blew in right behind you, but you guys got a good look of the surrounding area around the inn. You got to see that there's a nice farmstead. There's the outhouse that's outside. There is no bathroom inside. There is a chicken coop. Relatively the closest thing other than the outhouse that is from the farm. It would be about, I'm not going to give an exact distance, but it's behind the inn though. And during the night, Gundabad mentions to the rest of the party, once his brother heads out to go use the bathroom, Gundabad, our halfling who is Austin's character, mentions to the rest of the party their plan to get their brother back with a prank of his own by going out to the chicken coop, bagging a couple chickens and releasing them into his room eventually. Maybe not a plan for tonight, maybe it is. But that is what he plans, lets you guys know so you guys can be in on the plan before Gimblesworth returns. Along with the booze that you guys had ordered, the innkeeper finally got the booze ready for you guys, and Gimblesworth comes in holding the bottles for you guys. You see that Gundabad leaves to go outside, and that's one of the last things you remember before he returns, and you guys just stay entertained by a night of debauchery, revelry, just enjoying your trip and embracing each other in what could be your last night as a full party.
Ooh. Gasp.
So now that brings us to the next morning or afternoon. You are all incredibly hungover. You have no recollection of how the end of the night went. You kind of remember that Gundabad was one of the first to return to the room to go to bed. You kind of remember that the Kenku, Bernard, and the now deceased halfling, Gimblesworth, swapped rooms late into the night before going to bed. But you are woken up, heads throbbing from a terrible hangover, to a scream from Ben Keeper. I'm not going to mimic the scream on podcast audio,
That's
but
fine.
yeah. You guys wake up, whether you react slowly or quickly, you will all find yourselves outside the door of the room of Gimblesworth, where there's Ben Keeper holding the door. He is inside, and allowing you guys in to take a look at this gruesome scene of Gimblesworth, charred body, clutching a chicken in his arms, also burnt to a char, and like flopped over the fire pit in his room. For the audience, I also forgot to mention this. In this particular inn, it has enchanted wood inside to make it more fireproof, allowing a fire pit in every room. You do see that the wood still chars. There is fire marks all throughout the room that you guys are in now. And the room is a mess. So that brings us to... We can use the initiative we rolled earlier. So it's going to go Austin, Kagan, Adam, Jake. So, Gundabad, seeing that your brother is now gruesomely killed. Charcoal, essentially, yes. Start us off.
Torchy, you have any explanation for why my brother is charcoal now?
Hey, I know that looks bad. All right, I it looks bad. There's no way around it. All right.
Yeah,
But-
there's no way to not
Hey,
blame you.
Hey, I can. There are furnaces or fireplaces in every single room in this inn. Okay. Also,
I
last
agree,
night-
but like you remember, the other night he splashed you with that water, and you spent the next day like recharging the entire time. I mean, that seems like a pretty good reason to be upset.
that happens all the time, man. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
but I imagine it hurts, doesn't it?
Look, listen here. Look, last night we all got hammered, right? Right,
Yeah,
correct.
I
Everybody
threw up
did.
like 7 hairballs last night. It was not pleasant.
And you know the party trick that I do all the time, where I throw up a bottle into the air of ale.
Where I
Okay.
throw up.
Yeah, where I throw up a bottle in the air.
I think we
and
all
it
did that last
falls
night.
on my head, and the glass shatters around me, falls onto my burning body, and I'm engulfed in flames.
You're always engulfed in flames.
Yeah, I needed to walk outside, so I didn't burn down the inn.
Well, the inn's got enchanted wood. It wouldn't burn, it'd char.
See,
but
I
it
didn't know
wouldn't-
that. That's just a safety precaution.
Everybody knows that. It's kind of common with most inns.
It's a condition. I can't help it, man.
Look, man, I'm not trying to blame you, okay? I'm just saying, out of all the things here, you being, and I kind of looked you up and down, it doesn't really paint you in a good light.
You know, that hurts. You also like to meddle, you cat.
I do like to meddle, yeah. Well, I'm not made of metal, but I do like to meddle in the affairs of certain things. But this is beyond me.
Killing is beyond me as well.
I would never do this.
What makes you think I would?
It's
He's
just-
wrong, both
it's,
of
it's
us.
just kind of assuming. I know that's not fair to do, but
And hey, he's wronged both of us more than anybody.
That
and
is-
you've talked about it more than I have, in fact, of
That
doing
is
something
true.
to him.
yes, but I'm not that kind of person. I'm not violent by nature.
You're tricky.
Ben Keeper kind of interrupts. You guys seem awfully calm in this situation.
I mean, I converse with devils pretty on the daily, so this is more on the tame side for me. It's still gruesome because we knew the guy, but like tit for tat, really.
My flames are directly involved in my emotions.
Question, Torchy. Why did you put my brother in Beak Boy's room?
What?
Why is he in Beak Boy's room and not his own?
That's their own affair. I have no idea.
Beak Boy?
Yeah, Bernard, what's that about? Why you switch rooms with him?
It's a little weird.
I'm going to use just generally the way I talk to recite the conversation that I had with Gimblesworth the night before, where asked if I could be opposite the room with the rising sun, and he accepted. So essentially, I just asked him if we could switch rooms so I wouldn't have to wake up to the sunrise.
Yeah, for things like that to convey that's happened, you can use different parts of things that you've heard before to basically do like a little cut of different dialogue.
Gotcha.
It'd be really funny later on if we have like a funeral for him and you do like what the boss does and Smiling Cringe. Charlie, I can't believe you're gone, man. You are my everything.
Charlie, what does it mean? Charlie, you were my everything. World's fucked up, man.
Yeah, something like that.
But I will say, the Tabaxi and Ganassi would have at least also heard you asking him to switch rooms with you. So this is something that you two would know.
He was whispering.
I mean, I heard him last night, like, through the door, but I didn't really understand the reasoning. I find the sunrise on my face in the morning quite refreshing, actually.
I didn't want to eavesdrop.
Oh, I just hear really good.
Trickster. Evidence is piling up, man. Just saying.
I'm a fucking cat.
Yeah. You
Cats
are.
have good hearing. Am I? Is he stupid? Like, are we just gonna ignore that fact?
He constantly knocks down
Anyways,
my ale,
I'm
man.
sorry about your brother, man. It really sucks.
Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out why I still woke up wet.
You woke up wet?
Yes.
Oh,
And then I remember the rum bottle still in my hand.
yeah, I think that would do it. You smell like a distillery.
You are known to trouble people and knock over their drinks all the time.
Now that you think of it, actually, you look to the rum bottle that's still in your hand, and you think to yourself, I have been drinking far more than this before and have woke up without the slightest hangover. You are so used to being drunk all the time, being a monk way of the drunken fist, that you know there's something fishy up with you waking up with not even the ability to recall the end of the night.
How late did we go last night?
I'd say we got there at like what, sundown? We got there close to sundown, didn't we? And then we partied until the sun was in the middle of the night. So I'd say we were there for a good. We were out for quite a while, but I don't know. My tolerance for alcohol isn't very strong, so I think I went to bed early.
I recall, this has been Keeper by the way. I recall you guys were out pretty late. I retired long before y'all did, and I stayed up past. It was at least an hour or two after dusk whenever I headed out. But I could see the lights from the fire still blazing real brightly, even around midnight, I would say.
Yeah, I don't really have the stomach for alcohol, so I do drink, but it's very light. It's never settled well with me, as you can tell from the groggy nature that I am in. I think I only about had like a quarter of what everyone else had, and I had to call it quits.
Well, I'm going to leave this investigation to you guys. Whenever y'all feel like you know what's gone on, obviously this was not any kind of accident. This was the kids covered in cuts, the kids burnt to a crisp, holding one of my chickens even. This is reeking with intention right now.
Yeah, whoever moved the body, you moved the chicken too. Why?
That's a good question. I say we split up. We search each room, and we see what we can find. Come to a conclusion on who did this. We need to get to the bottom of it. Because, yes, he was a pain in the ass, but, I mean, he still was your brother, and he still was a living person.
Once you guys come to a conclusion, come downstairs and let me know. I'm going to be in the kitchen. If you guys can come to an agreement on who committed this crime, I got these magical handcuffs, and he shows you guys these 2 little rings. Once you put these over someone's hands, it will clap down on them, and it will just immediately teleport them to the next closest village that has a prison there for them to be kept in.
That seems like some pretty strong magic. Where'd an innkeeper like you get such?
Well, when this inn was built, actually, it was built by it was redesigned to be more fireproof by a mage who stayed with me a long time ago. They were a business partner of mine before they eventually passed, but they did keep this around just in case we had a situation like this occur.
That seems a little convenient, don't you think?
Very. It's almost like the DM, wanted there to be like a very quick way to get rid of someone voted out.
What are you trying to say?
What? I don't know what came over me just then.
I just dropped my accent. What do you mean by that?
Paul?
I just say in perfect English, not a song lyric. What's a DM?
I think that's the most coherent sentence I've ever heard him say.
He can talk?
I think sometimes when he feels like it.
I've just heard squawks and warbles.
When I was walking past his room last night, I heard him going suck, and I was like, "What's that about?"
I did hear that. That was.
What was that about? That was odd.
It's not even a brothel.
You think he was pleasuring himself?
Cat, it would be a brothel.
But do you think he was pleasuring himself?
Does he have ribs?
He's a bird. He has hollow bones, so I
So
imagine
yeah, he
it's
probably could.
He's got a long beak too, so I imagine it wouldn't be too hard.
I imagine it hurt too.
I mean, he's got no teeth.
How does that work?
He's got no teeth.
Yeah,
He's got
but
a long tongue.
Peck at it, maybe?
Peck inside the hole.
Maybe?
Ouch.
Yeah, that can't feel good.
I'd rather not talk about this, seeing as I can only imagine him with my wife.
Oh,
You know, maybe you tried it on your wife.
dude, he probably used it on your wife.
I look at all of you, and in an imitation of his wife's voice, a perfect recreation of his wife's voice, I start to go, "Yes, Bernard, yes, keep going."
I think that's all right. I think that's all right.
No, I'm still on the sucking himself thing.
Do you think that his beak is essential for his living?
I just, in response to the sucking myself thing, you hear me. I do the perfect recreation of the Kendrick's scream from you. Just, ah!
I think that was. I think that gives us the answer that we need.
No, Cat, I'm still on it.
You think on it. I'm gonna head downstairs and take a look around and see what I can't find.
And I probably get burnt lips.
But before I leave, to answer your question, I think his beak is essentially just got like some lips, aren't they?
Is it a nose?
Well, his nose is part of it, isn't it?
So it's like his mouth and his nose?
Do
That's
birds
weird,
even have
man.
noses?
That's weird. You're weird. You're a bird, man. You wasn't even like, you can't even help that, man. You's a bird. You's a bird, man. That's crazy, dog.
And
bird.
I head downstairs to begin my investigation.
There we go. So does anyone stay in the room to look around the Gimblesworth's room to see what they can find?
I'm gonna look at like the exact, like the I don't know what the term would be, but just like look at the char marks, or like look at what kind of burns, like degree of burns that they are, and
So go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
that would be the D20, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have your stats on here.
I got a 16.
16?
Yeah.
You would add a +2 to that, so you got an 18. With
Okay.
an 18, you get a very good look around on all the burn marks in the room. You see that they aren't just near the fire. They're kind of sprawled out all over the floor. They're also, more specifically, most eye-catching would be the ones directly above the fire pit. Now, with the wood being enchanted to be more fire resistant as to not, let the end catch on fire, it occurs to you that for there to be that much searing on the wood above the fire pit, there would have had to been something burning directly below it, as though something was hoisted above the fire and the fire was just coming off of it directly to the ceiling above them. So something had to have been burning directly, just hanging from the ceiling for that to have occurred. But other than that, you also see the fire searing around the floor as well, on the bed, coming from below the bed actually as well. You see that there seems to have been something below the bed that had fire just coming out from under it.
So it'd be, I'm assuming we're on the second floor.
Yes, you
Of the
guys
inn.
are on the second floor.
Okay.
Everything downstairs would just be the innkeeper's desk and the kitchen and storage room behind him. Immediately past that would be the stairs that go up. And past that, there would be the common room, where there's a small little dining table. There's a dartboard, plenty of chairs to sit down, pool table, 2 huge fire pits for, people that are just staying around before they go up to their rooms to retire for the night. Upstairs, though, there are a total of 5 rooms, perfect for the adventuring party that came in you guys' adventuring party. Perfect amount of rooms for you guys. Now one extra room, but this side eye. But now you guys are in the furthest room down the hall to the left. On the left side there were the 3 rooms. On the right side there were 2 rooms. The first room that you guys would have passed would have been the one that Kagan's character, Cornstash, slept in. Then there would be Austin, Gundubad, and then the final room to the left was Gimblesworth, the now dead halfling. Towards the right, the first room you would pass would be Adam Bernard, then Jake's, Arson Nick's room. And so right now you guys are in the very far left room where there's the dead halfling.
Okay.
I would like to go to Beak Boy's room.
Beak Boy's room. All right,
Because
there we go.
I have a question of, 1, where is Gimmy's stuff at this point? And 2, where did the other chickens go? Because I grabbed multiple last night.
Like 2 handfuls, or like
How do you even do
7
that? That's
handfuls.
what?
Well, you can hold 2 of them by the legs on one
Chickens are-
hand and 2 by the other hand.
Chickens are easily stackable.
It's so crude.
They just let you do that.
They do stack.
Don't stack them like money, like bands.
Well, I got a
Or
second
gold,
chicken.
sorry.
Do my chickens stack?
+2 proficiency or however, whatever.
Me
I don't
showing
know,
up to the club with my stack of chickens.
So
I
we
got
only
those.
take cash here.
I got that shit on me.
You sure? As I shake a chicken in front
It's
of
like,
you.
An egg falls out.
All right.
Okay, but yeah, you go to the first room on the right, which was Bernard's room. I'll go ahead and show you the little illustration right here.
so detailed.
So, yeah, would you like to take a look around?
Yeah, so I'm basically looking for like any signs of where he was, where he had his stuff, where the other chickens went, like if there was any semblance of anything really, because if they swapped rooms as Beak Boy had claimed through imitation, then there shouldn't be any signs of struggle in this room, but I'm still going to look anyway.
So, yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check, actually. Just for a sign of struggle. And do keep in mind, whenever you guys are investigating, it is very important that you tell me exactly what you're looking for.
Okay.
So I don't give too much information away, right?
So that rolls a nat 1, but because I have the lucky trait, I'm going to go ahead and reroll.
There we go.
And that is a 3.
Okay. So with a 3, you can't really tell anything. Since it's not a nat 1, I'm not going to give you misleading clues, but I'll just tell you, since you rolled real low, that you can't really tell if there was like much of a struggle on the bed or if it's just the way he got out of bed. He just left it real messy. So that's all you really notice going on in Bernard's room.
Big boy, you get hungry and cannibalize your own kind? There's not even any feathers.
Beak Boy, would you like the mic? I kind of cursed you with this character, honestly.
You fucked him over, man.
Look, I can't.
I kind of want to just retcon this and just say that you have enough words to just go by if you just do a funny accent each time.
Just make it sound like a bird impersonating someone.
Or just sound like Bird Person from Rick and Morty.
That'd be funny.
Anytime you can, do a song reference, but anytime else, just do a obnoxious voice, and I'll be happy.
I was gonna say, fuck, man. So what's happening right now is you're accusing me of eating the other chickens, correct?
Yes.
I don't. Fuck. Trying to I'm really struggling with this character.
Like I said, you can just speak normal if you
Adam's
just do like
I
a
can't-
voice.
I just can't relate to this character. I can't get inside of his
I
head.
can't relate to what's going on.
Yeah.
A bird that fucks? What?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the only bird I've eaten recently is your wife.
Wow. Tension is building, folks.
Tension is building.
Gulp.
Just like his wife's tension was building.
Yikes.
You're not helping. You're not helping.
I like to start
Feel the
shit.
flames?
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and call
Okay.
that Gundabad's turn. We'll go ahead and say, Bernard, what are you doing? What is your plan to, in order it goes?
Him,
Oh,
me.
yeah, you're right. I'm skipping. Okay, Cags.
Yeah. So
What is Cornstash doing?
So I went downstairs because they mentioned that the alcohol had affected us a lot more than normal. So I'm going to go check in the back and investigate if there's anything off about this alcohol that has caused us to get so fucked up more than normal. So
yeah, downstairs, it's still kind of a mess. Nothing's been cleaned yet. No evidence is going to be tampered with since Ben Keeper, trademark, came and saw, oh, hey, dead body. He decided, okay, yeah, I'm not going to touch any of this shit. I'm just going to stay put and just let them figure this out. Leave it to them, essentially. So yeah, there's still plenty of bottles on the ground. And so you can get one and do a, let's see, we could just do an investigation check unless you want to reason it being something else. This is going to be a very highly dependent on investigation checks type campaign.
So I got an 11.
An 11.
Yeah.
And with your plus...
That was with my plus
Oh,
two
okay,
investigation.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so with an 11, I mean, nothing seems out of the ordinary with these bottles. Anything specific you were trying to see about them?
I was gonna, because I remember reading a thing that tabaxis have a very good sense of smell, so I was gonna smell it and
In that
see.
case, roll with advantage.
Okay. 14
14.
plus 3, so...
Okay, so 17.
Yeah.
Okay, sick. So with that, so you of course smell the very strong scent of alcohol coming from these bottles. Specifically this brand, it's a very high alcohol content. Being picked by your drunken halfling friend, it definitely had to have been a very high concentration of alcohol in this. But you do also pick up a hint of something else, but you can't exactly place what this is. But you know that this smells adjacent to a poison. You being very used to dealing with poisons and having your own personal collection, as the rest of the party knows, you can definitely pick up on this smells like a poison was put inside these drinks.
And I'm gonna grab a bottle of it and keep it for later to confront and ask about.
There we go.
And I take a whiff and I go, it's got a very familiar smell, but I can't quite pin it down. It is a poison, but what kind? What kind? Think, Cornstash, think. I'm drawing a blank here. I'll have to talk to that halfling when I get the chance.
And so with that, now we will go back to Adam. Actually, no, I'll skip you and go straight for... No, I'm kidding.
I'd like to investigate how his fire... Well, I'm going to go into his room where he slept, the Genasi, Jake, the fire guy. Arson Nick.
Yeah,
I'm going to go into his room to investigate.
my womb.
Okay, so his room looks the way you would expect.
Specifically, I am looking at, I guess, the wood around where he would have been sleeping to see how his fire would have affected the wood compared to what was going on in the other room.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, roll an investigation with advantage.
Okay.
Again, this one-shot pod shot, gonna be very heavily lenient on the investigation.
I'm fine
check.
with that. I'm having a good time so far.
Investigation
Yeah, we can use this.
with advantage.
Yeah, advantage because this is not going to be a hard check at all. Just making sure you got the right idea. Because if you roll really terribly, I'm going to give you some like misleading evidence.
Okay. It was kind of like whoop, so that roll didn't count. So 18.
18. Okay, very good. So the fire prints that you were noticing, very, like there are, yes, you see that there is like bits of the wood that have like a light singe to them on the ground, but very obviously footprints. There's no like chaotic aspect to them. There's not like there was any running around, anything like that. Just very, just standard footprints. The bed, however, does have like, you know, a bit more singe to it, but also having a bit of fire resistance. It's not destroyed. It's just obviously like, okay, yeah, that he was sleeping there all night for sure. I will say you do notice that while very faint, you do notice that because, you know, with just like a light step on the fire resistant wood, it's not going to leave like a very defined singe, but you can tell that there's been a bit of traffic, not just like a to the bed, sleeping till the afternoon from being hungover and out. There are like kind of like a little bit of back and forth going on. But I'll say that is all you notice when it comes down to specifically the searing going on in the room.
Okay. Interesting. I'm on to you.
Are you?
Squawk!
And with that, Jake, what does your fire b-boy body want to do?
So after looking at the body
Yes.
and looking at the specific types of burns on the body, I am going to go into Kagan's room.
Going into Kagan's room.
What's his name?
Cornstash.
Cornstash. I want to go into Cornstash's room.
I will remind you, the last time you did like your little check, you did see fire coming from under the bed too. So I'm just gonna remind you of that since you're like already leaving the room.
In Gimelsworth's room.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Am I allowed to change what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay,
I wanted to let you know that,
Yeah,
like, since
yeah.
you're like the only person still in the dead person's room.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't feel like it's telling you too much to say like that's kind of where a lot of the clues are going to be.
Okay, I'm gonna stay in the room and
There we
search
go.
around for more clues. I'm gonna look underneath the bed.
Okay, you look underneath the bed. You see that there is some kind of tattered remains of a scroll, a bit of parchment. But you
Okay.
can tell, like, okay, yeah, that is reeking of, that is a fucking scroll right there.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pick up the scroll.
There we go. So you kind of like fish it out from under the
Yeah.
bed. So, luckily for you, almost as if this was chosen for you to find, and I'm very glad that you're the one who stayed in the room to find this.
Yeah.
So there is writing on this scroll,
Okay.
in specifically the language Ignan, and if you remember, that is a language that you, being a fire
Yes.
genasi, you would specifically know.
Yeah.
But I want you to roll me. This could either be, we could just call it an investigation roll since
Okay.
that's what we're going to be doing a lot of, or you could just do it as a straight luck roll, but I'll give you advantage on it since this is in the language you know. This is essentially to see if it is burnt beyond you being able to read what's going on it, or if you have enough to get an idea of what this is.
With advantage, if you don't know, you take the higher of the two rolls.
So 2 rolls. Okay.
Yep.
That was a 4
Oof.
and another 4.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so this shit is cooked.
Fuck.
But you can tell that this was, you at least get the idea of, this was a summoning scroll. but can't really tell of what.
Okay.
And with that, I will say that is the end of your turn.
Okay.
Going back to Gundabad.
So when they swapped rooms, did they like trade? Did Gimelsworth grab the gear out of what was supposed to be his room, and Bernard grab what was his gear out of what was supposed to be his room? And
Yes, they
just
like
did-
entirely switched
Okay,
their,
in that case,
yeah.
I'm going
For
back.
the most part, at least. Like their personal stuff that they had, they took with them.
I'm going back to Gimmy's room then,
Okay, yep.
and I'm checking his backpack for some of Beak Boy's fine china. Fine
Okay.
china.
Fine China.
Fine Chana.
And okay, so yeah, you go in there, and you would have a good recollection of what he would keep in his pouch. So you're kind of rifling through it. I'll just give this to you. You don't have to roll for this, but you notice that you remember him having a potion in his bag, specifically a potion of regeneration that he no longer has in there. And you're checking, like, we have Arson Nick, who's right there under you, kind of like looking at this bit of parchment. You can tell he's having a hard time reading this, and he's looking at you, looking around, noticing that this potion vial is missing. You also notice, while you're looking through his stuff and on his desk, there's a plate there, an empty plate with some crumbs on it.
Hey Torchy, have you seen a potion anywhere?
A potion of.
Just in general, have you seen a potion in here anywhere? Any empty potion bottles, perhaps?
Not that I recall. Not that I can see.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and look for that.
Okay. And it doesn't take you long, actually. So, over near the body, your brother's body, you actually get a glimmer of light hit you in the eye, and you see that there is a potion bottle kind of like under his body, like in the fire pit.
In the fire pit, so it was torched alongside him.
It's glass. It's beside the fire pit. It's not... What I'm trying to say is it's not in danger of shattering, I guess. It's
Being
still like
tampered with?
intact.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is it was in his possession.
Yes, it was
Okay.
in his possession prior to dying.
Torchy, how fast do people normally die from fire?
Depends on the severity of their burns.
Because Gimme had enough time to grab the potion of regen out of his satchel as he was being burned.
I don't know. Faulty potion? Where did he get the potion, do you know?
Do I know?
You just know this was a potion that he's had.
No
Might have
clue.
found it adventuring, might have bought it.
Some potions are shady and just don't work as intended.
Still strange that he had the time to drink it, though.
Maybe he thought it was going to work. I would if I was in that situation, but again, I can't die from fire.
Personally, me, it doesn't affect me, so I don't know.
Personally,
Yeah.
me personally me.
Just me personally.
You said that he had scratch marks on him as well earlier?
Yes. Would you like to do an investigation check on that?
I'd like to see if they look more cat-like or more bird-like.
With a 19.
Natural 19, yes.
Damn, all right, yeah. So with a 19, you can tell that there are many talon scratches on him. There are very many talon scratches on him, but also actually fang piercings on him. With a 19, I'll tell you of a snake. And more specifically... yeah.
All of us are like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, there's so much going on right now.
What is
More
going on?
specifically, these fang marks also have burns around them, suggesting that with a 19, I'll give this to you. A fire snake, perchance, which is a type of elemental creature that can be summoned by a 4th level spell, Summon Minor Elementals. Do you share this? And keep in mind, you guys can keep information. So, also for a bit of explanation for our listeners, I didn't want it to be too obvious that only one person has evidence that could make them out to be the murderer. So I gave them all secrets that they are trying to keep to prevent them from wanting to spread all the information that they gather amongst everyone, just in case it could be information used against them. Because when they do eventually come to a vote, Among Us style, the murderer wants to try and put the blame on others here. So they're trying their best to find evidence that can incriminate anyone other than themselves. So everyone here is going to have some motivation to get rid of any evidence that they find that could potentially incriminate themselves.
It's still my turn, right?
Yes.
Torchy, do you recall Beak Boy and my brother having any fights last night? Because he's covered in talon marks.
I heard my mind's drawing a blank. What's the fucking word? I heard a struggle last night, but I wasn't sure where it was coming from.
Curious.
Sounded like it was coming from down the hall.
Okay, because he has talon marks all over him, but he also has fang marks from a fire snake. So I know it's not from you at this point.
Hearing that information, you look back at the scroll in your hands, and you know that kind of when there's paper with font on it and it gets burned, but you can kind of lightly make out what text used to be there. Now with this new information, you look back on it, and I'll allow you to redo your investigation roll with advantage again.
2.
Yes, because I really want you to know this.
It's a fucking 4!
With advantage, one more.
Why
Come
is
on.
the Human Torch getting all 4s?
Fantastic.
This
Four?
one's an
Fantastic.
8.
You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to give this to you.
You don't have to.
Can, oh, no. I mean, I really intended for this
Okay.
to be
Want to.
information.
Okay.
So, yeah, we fudged in this roll.
Okay.
But hey, you can see that this, again, it is a summoning scroll for the summon elemental spell that I mentioned a second ago. And with that spell, you get to summon 2 creatures that are like level something, something, and under. And so it summons 2 fire snakes, is what you can gather from that scroll that you found.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and say that is your turn, Kagan. What is Cornstash doing?
So I'm coming back up the stairs, and I hear them talking about the potions and like whatnot. And I come in and I go, potions have known to be more or less faulty, like medicine. It can work, it can't. I studied that at the Citadel, along with poisons, which, funny enough, bottle of your rum has a faint whiff of poison in it. Do you wanna care to explain what that's about?
I have no idea what you mean. I'm going to go ahead and grab it, and I'm going to take a swig of it to see if it tastes like what I remember this rum to taste like.
Okay, yeah,
And
go ahead.
I do preface, I'm like, this poison, particularly this one, isn't super lethal. It more just hinders your senses, which I think caused us to get so fucked up last night. But it normally you don't consume this kind of poison for... this poison's not meant for consumption.
And I go ahead and take the swig of it.
Okay, since you have proficiency with brewer supply, like making your own alcohol, just in case you're ever back to being a pirate on the ship and you have nothing else to do. I don't know, I'll say that's where you learned it from. But you can tell that there's definitely something wrong with this liquor. You know from having tried it before, it being one of your favorites, hence why you and your brother would order it. you know that this is an off taste that you must have just not picked up on yesterday.
More of like a bitter or...
More bitter, just you at least know off. You're not as proficient with poisons as the tabaxi is, but you know that this is definitely off, and if he's saying it's a poison, you have a bit more of an inclination to believe him.
Yeah, this certainly doesn't taste like the rum usually does.
Yes, I went downstairs because I thought it was odd that we got so, especially you, got so hammered last night, because you're always hitting the stuff and it's never affected you this heavily before. So I thought that was kind of odd.
Bottles.
And yeah, when I went to smell it, it smelled like alcohol, but then I got this after scent, and it was definitely something that's not meant for consumption. I've seen people use it to get a mild high off things, but it's never been good to mix with alcohol. It's always been ill-advised, and it seems the dosage wasn't enough to cause any immediate damage. It was more just enough to kind of warn us that this is not safe. But I think we should also question the innkeeper.
Yeah, I'm curious to know if maybe they put it into the liquor so we won't drink them out of house and home.
I mean, it's a possibility. He is a man with a business to run, and we went pretty crazy last night, but we are lacking in funds, so... Plus, with that storm outside, we can't really go anywhere to get any more. So I think we should talk to Ben Keeper and see what he has to say about this.
And with that, before you guys do get to go talk to Ben Keeper, trademark, we'll go ahead and see what the Kinku Bernard is up to. Adam?
So, at this moment, I was investigating in Nick's room, the Genasi, and I took a look around. Nothing looked too out of place or too what I was expecting compared to the other room. But I go back into the room where they're all, reconvening and talking about what they've found. And I would like to bring to light the fact that the night before, Nick asked me to cast silence over Gimmelworth's room. And what he told me was so that his snoring wouldn't, bug us throughout the night and wake us up. But just wanted to bring that to light. So I walk into the room and I say, "Hey, bud, remember last night when you asked me to cast silence over his room?"
I remember asking you to cast silence, yes, but I can't remember what it was for. Mind you, we were all fucked up.
I'll do an
But
insight check.
that's a little suspicious, don't you think? I mean, silence is a good spell for anything.
For murders.
Silence
Also
is
a good spell for sleeping.
Silence is a good
Soundly.
spell to quietly get rid of someone.
So an insight check.
Yeah, an insight check.
It's an 8. 11.
11.
So with an 11, Jacob, do a deception roll for me.
Is that a d20?
Yes, it is a d20.
For all your major rolls, it's a d20.
It's right here.
Yeah, tonight we should really only be doing the d20. That should really be the only dice we roll. I'm trying to stay clear of combat for the podcast.
Fucking 4, dude!
I think
Ain't
you need
no
to here
way.
use one of my
I think you're
copy
cursed,
dice.
bro.
Use one of my rigged nat 20 only dice.
Nat 20 only. Here, wait, no, let me give you
I got
this
mine.
one because it has a little coffee mug on it here.
Nice. What's the
Like-
coffee mug?
Oh, it's just, yeah, the coffee is the 20.
Okay. And 6?
Yeah.
The 6 better than a 4.
Yes, it is. A 6. I don't think I have advantage.
You can tell he remembers why he wanted you to cast the silence spell.
Yet again, I'm on to you, bucko.
all right, everyone. Let's not ruffle any feathers, all right?
I see what you did there, Squawk.
I think I think we should go question Ben Keeper and see what he has to say about this hair poison in our alcohol.
So is that all of you together going?
Yes.
Okay, then I feel like this would be a good time, because everyone has had equal number of turns, 2 each, I'm pretty sure. So the innkeeper sees you all. We kind of started with him because, yeah, with the innkeeper seeing you all coming down, he goes, well, all right, y'all have any evidence? Y'all know who did it? You know who done it?
I
Who
wouldn't,
done did it?
I
Who
wouldn't
done did
say
it?
per se who done did it, but we have gathered some clues and we wanted to ask you some questions. So this morning, afternoon, whatever you want to call it, I went to check the alcohol supply, and I noticed that there was a very faint smell of poison in this alcohol. And since you were the one handling our drinks last night, I wanted to ask if you knew anything about that.
Well, I remember grabbing the bottles for y'all. Then I remember seeing that the one halfling that's now deceased, he quickly grabbed them from me, but they were still all sealed up when I gave them to him, though.
Do you think
Do y'all remember whether or not they were already open when y'all got them?
I just remember pulling the top off. There was no restraint or anything.
Actually, they were open already.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I was getting at, was when I pulled the top off, there was no seal or anything. Yeah, when I opened it up, it was there wasn't a seal or anything. So, come to think of it, with Gimblesworth being the trickster that he is, he might have put some in to trick us. But I don't think he really knew, because in higher doses, this poison can cause extreme case of the shits. But I don't think he really knew much about poisons to begin with.
He did come from the outhouse, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so I think it might have been Gimblesworth that tried to do that.
Like he drank it and the shit poison, and then he gave the rest to y'all.
I think he was trying to get the mix right, but then again, from what we've seen, he wasn't the smartest fella. So, and plus he's been known to play pranks. He likes to smash the birds' fine china a lot just to get him aggravated.
Oh man, I myself, I keep plenty of decorative china in my home. I would be might if I'm pissed too.
I think his mother gave them to him too, so it's a little more like rubbing salt in the wound kind of thing.
Tragic.
You know,
Very.
I feel like
Speaking of bird though, I was out there by the chicken coop earlier today on my way over, and anyone care to explain this note that I found? And he shows you a note reading IOU, the number 1 crossed out, then the number 3 once again crossed out, and below that, chickens. So altogether, disregarding the crossed out numbers, IOU chickens. I found this over there by the chicken coop whenever I was looking to see how many of my birds were missing, since the one was up there cooked. They're all accounted for, save for the one. But any of y'all know who did this? Who wrote this letter?
And I take the note from him and I go, this doesn't look like any handwriting I've ever seen. Anyone else want to take a crack at this and see if they can decipher it?
Y'all could. Here, I'll take that back. He takes it back and he goes, all right, so how about here? I'll put some papers down and y'all each write the same phrase, just IOU chickens. And we'll just see who has the closest handwriting to it.
I think that's a good idea.
And
Yeah,
so
sounds
you guys
good.
all do this, and all come to the same conclusion. It looks most like Gundabad's handwriting.
How drunk was I? I can barely spell to begin with, much less write a note.
I don't know. That alcohol was hitting different last night, though.
Well, he did have a dead chicken up in his room with him.
Which, by the way, that was not the room I put it in.
What?
So that room was originally Beak Boy's. I put it in my brother's room, which was across the hall from it.
One thing that I failed to mention, actually, a bit of a retcon here to a degree. That was your plan to prank him using, bring the chickens into his room. You had not gone through with it, though.
You're drunk though, so this
Yeah,
works.
but you're drunk, so you would think maybe I did. So yeah, we could reason that.
Gaslight yourself into thinking you did it.
I do have a confession to make. Although I was as hammered as the rest of you, I do recall his brother, the halfling,
Gamblesworth,
Gimblesworth. Yes,
dearly beloved.
little Gim Gim.
I wouldn't say dearly beloved, but
He, well, yes, was known to pull pranks, and he was also planning on doing the same thing to you. So that's why I asked Birdman to cast silence.
To hide the sound of the chickens.
I mean that would have been pretty funny. But
But it
seeing
did not go as planned.
Seeing as the chain of events that have happened, I don't think that happened. But if the plan was to put chickens in his room, why was only one with him? That's odd. It's very odd indeed. This is a tough dilemma we got here, boys. Your brother's dead, and I've noticed you aren't really too tore up about it.
Well, let's face it. Everybody in this group was getting pissed off with him.
He was still your brother, though. Regardless of that, you still have to kind of have a tad bit of...
You get thrown out of a
Careful.
tree enough times and you just want the guy to go away.
But he's your kin.
He's kin. Does family mean nothing to you? I mean, for me it doesn't, because I've... Let's not get into my family dynamic. Let's focus on the task at hand. He was still your brother, so yes, Bird.
One thing Bernard would like to ask is, where did this scroll even come from?
That's a good question.
Oh, actually, so upon hearing about there being a scroll in his bag, it makes you wonder, wait a second, I had a scroll in my bag of poisons that you left in your room.
I had a...
You did. This was in your inventory. I don't know if I actually wrote that down, but yeah. You had a satchel. Oh wait, no, sorry, not your room. Your room, because you're the poison king.
I'm the
That's what I was
poison
saying.
guy.
I got your characters confused.
Hang on.
My bad.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was like,
Whoa.
I was thinking to myself, I thought I was the poison guy.
Yeah, my bad. That was on my bad.
Yes.
Okay.
The fuck, DM?
So where did this scroll even come from? But wait a minute. You had a scroll with your poisons.
Would you even know that? Would he know that I had a scroll with
It
me?
would make sense for a warlock to have some sort of scrolls.
I keep a multitude of scrolls on me, but
You
my
guys
powers
do
come
know
from.
that he
Any
does
for a
keep
fire
lot
snake.
of items like this. So yeah, that could be like party.
I do
party
keep a lot of mythical items, but the scrolls I have are merely for collection and study. I mostly gain my powers from a patron. So these scrolls are more just for I like to collect them as like he likes to collect fine china.
Which, speaking of which, we need to shatter one.
Fuck you. Can I do an insight check on what he just said about only keeping scrolls?
Yeah.
For just cuz?
Do a deception roll, Kags.
So I got a 3 plus. Let me see. Plus deception.
You got a 9 total.
I got a 9 total. Yeah.
I got a 5.
So you can make heads or tails of what he said to be true or not.
Valid.
Yeah. I keep potions. I keep potions and scrolls and poison, sure, but it's mostly my patron asks me to collect things.
But the thought does arise in your head, though. That was my scroll, though. How did that get out of my bag?
Yeah. I had that scroll pretty tucked underneath everything. I have an order for which I stack my things. I like to keep my poisons at the top so that they're more easily in hand. And my scrolls, since I collect them and I don't really use them, I tend to keep those at the bottom. So whoever took this out was digging deep in my stuff. So
Start digging in your stuff, twin.
Start digging in your sack, twin.
But it's weird because I don't ever remember collecting this kind of scroll.
I'll say you've had it for a while, but you couldn't read what was on it. It had nice little pretty pictures of 2 snakes on it, but that was really it. You were like, oh, hey, that looks cool.
Yeah,
but,
I share that. That's the only reason I collected it, was because it had some snakes on it. Whatever was on the scroll, I can't read that. So it's, like I said, most of the scrolls I collect are things I can't even understand. But I think they're pretty interesting.
But with that, bin keeper. Well, with that in mind, you guys any closer to figuring out who did this?
I honestly don't think we're getting much closer
The
at all.
chickens.
We just seem to be running in circles.
Well, I'd advise you go up and investigate the rooms that y'all are staying in, see if y'all can find any more clues.
All right. I think I'll go investigate the murder scene, see if I can pick up anything that anyone else missed, because there was a lot there, and I feel like with what was going on, I feel like there's more at play than just what we think.
I can't remember much of my own night, so I think I may go investigate my own room and see if there's any heads or tails there.
Go check that out, and we'll see what happens.
If anyone would like to join me so that they know...
I'll go with you.
So I go back to the murder room to see what I can't make out.
So we're splitting up in teams and searching for clues. Arson, Nick, and Gundabad
Yes.
are going to go together to the...
To Gundabad's room.
Yeah, to Gundabad's room to take a look around, and I will tag along with
Corn stash.
Corn Stash to go and take another look at the murder scene.
So we'll start with Gundabad and Arson Nick. You can't say your first name alone. You have to say Arson
You
Nick.
have to, yeah.
It's like with Cornstash David. It's one word. You have to say it as one word.
But so you guys return to Gundabad's room to look around, and this seems like what would have to be the most normal room of them all.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing lying around out of the ordinary. There's really nothing to come of notice. I guess, both of you roll me a perception check, each of you.
18.
18. There we go.
Good roll.
Not a 4.
Natty 1.
Lucky.
Lucky, yeah.
8 overall.
Okay, yep, there we go. Okay, with a 18, not even going to bother looking at your proficiency bonus. So you catch sight of something outside the window, actually, while you're passing by it.
Okay.
You look, and on the sills, there are some chicken feathers.
Oh, are there? Is that so? I was about to say, Halfling, you keep this shit tidy. But this is a little strange.
I'm starting to wonder if I was even drunk last night. How did I not knock everything over going to bed?
Keep this shit tidy. I don't know, man.
If you try to open the window, you notice, though, that it has like a sort of seal on it, suggesting that it hasn't been opened since the storm started. So the feathers outside the window are there, but there wasn't any in and out from the window, though.
You got any clues, man? I like this is it's stumping me.
Best I can guess is maybe whoever brought the chicken into the room, they brought it straight from the coop instead of bringing it through the inn.
Then there would be
And-
feathers all throughout the inn.
Not if they brought it through the window. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they climbed up onto the little awning here and put it in through the window.
Oh no, the window it sealed hasn't
Not
been.
my window.
Oh, not your. Okay, yep. Gotcha. So far you guys have found the feathers outside the window, the burn marks under the bed, which led to the scroll. You found the potion bottle that was under the dead body, as well as on the dead body itself, you found it charred, covered in talon scratches, and even pierce marks from fangs. And you have also saw that there were sear marks directly above the fire pit.
Okay.
And also that there was the alcohol had been tampered with.
Got you.
Spiked.
Spiked.
All
All
right,
right, so what is
so
that? Yeah.
we can go ahead, hold off on you two for now. Go back to I was about to say cornstarch again.
Corn stash.
Corn stash.
Starchy, yeah. So cornstarch and Bernard. You
All
guys are where again?
Bernard,
the murder room.
Okay, in the murder room. Okay, so having gotten the information from the other two about the scroll, that being under the bed, that I believe is the only information that was passed on to you, actually. So the rest of it, you guys are still kind of in the dark on, unless they want to shout from the other room anything else they found.
Okay. Well, I am going to go examine the corpse, take a gander at it, and see what I can't make out.
Okay, so what are you trying to find from this corpse?
Just
Just-
what exactly happened, because I know it's burned. I know he's clawed up.
Okay.
But I want to see like what, maybe if I can find out what transpired to cause all of this.
So, go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Actually, make this an insight check. That is a 14? A 14? I'll say that's great. That's good.
14 plus.
I don't think you have any proficiency in insight.
Yeah, just a 14.
So, yeah. So, with the 14, that's still good enough. You can tell that the body is in a position as though it was, even though it's clearly immolated, he burned to death for the most part. He's cradled up as if he was cold, actually.
Hey, bird boy, get over here and come look at this. Look at the body. Look at the way he's positioned. From all the times I've seen a body burned, they don't curl up like they're cold.
Wee bit chilly, innit?
I mean, I feel like he'd be the opposite if he was burning alive. But
Okay.
but do you think he can make anything of that? I don't. I've never seen a body curl up like it was freezing.
Like a spider.
Like a
I'm not
spider.
there. I'm not there, but yeah.
Yeah, I
Man,
get.
you're not in this room. Get the fuck out.
Sorry. Footsteps out.
I guess I'll do the same thing and investigate a little closer the body and the area around it, see if I can glean more from that observation.
Did you take the potion bottle out? So the potion bottle, you find that. I'll just give that to you since it's already
Yeah.
discovered. So you find this potion bottle. Upon looking at it a bit closer, you notice that the label on it is a bit askew. And you can tell that under where the label is, there's like a bit of that, like residue stick from a sticky label put on something, suggesting that label was removed and placed back on.
Can I? Is there any residue left inside the potion bottle?
Very, very light amount, like the backwash amount, essentially. But enough to where you could get a hint of what it is.
Looking at what I got in my. So essentially, what it seems like is that the label might have been replaced with a different label.
And it might not have actually been a potion of regeneration, and that the label was, and then a new one was put on to give him a false hope.
I do have identify. That.
Identify, yep.
So,
You wanna do that?
gotta try to do that for
Yeah, so
the.
you cast
Being a
spell.
detective's fucking hard.
I cast identify because I would.
Yeah, I should have mentioned, you guys do have spells that you can use.
Yeah.
I've very carefully selected which spells you have so that you can use them.
Yeah, I'd like to try and find out
My
what.
bad. Except for our one experienced player, he was originally going to be Ethan's character, and Ethan is not as experienced with D&D.
I'm not either.
So I
so I'm
gave
like,
him a character
fuck,
with
dude.
no spells. But then Austin took over. Austin, who is more proficient with
Spells.
over how everything works, and so he is the one person here who does not have spells.
Nice.
But so yeah, you cast the identify spell, and it immediately tells you it is a potion or a poison of weakness to fire. Cornstash, you recognize that is a potion, or if you let that be known, or we could just have it to where like when you cast a spell, it just kind of announces it like an announcer's voice, like potion of weakness to fire.
I think I just tell him.
I mean, we could just make it canon that. No, that's fine.
No, it's fine.
A potion or poison of weakness to fire. And so, Tabaxi, Cornstash, you would recognize this as one of the poisons that you had in your satchel that you just left in your room.
Gotta be honest, brother. This is like another arrow pointing directly to your room.
Yeah, I would say that's kind of weird because I noticed this morning when I was doing an inventory check of my potions that one was missing and that a potion of regeneration was put in its place.
Another potion or poison that you remember being in your room, this was actually the only one in a different language that wasn't common. It was in Infernal, the only language that you know that the others don't. And it was a particular poison that was actually in a powder form.
I'm not really experienced with powders. My thing's more with the liquids.
You don't know too much about this poison other than, well, actually, no, I'll say you do know, since it's yours, I'll say this. You do know that this particular poison was a poison of frostbite. It was a frostbite powder, and its effects are essentially making the victim of it undergo hyperthermia at a rapid pace.
I gotta back up. I can hear you breathing.
No. My bad.
It's not really making much sense though, because if he was, unless hypothermia, a potion of that cancels out a burning flame, that doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
So with you casting Detect Magic, you get a sense of magic coming from under the bed where you found the scroll. You have a lingering detection of it around the surrounding room from the silence spell. And coming from the entrance of the room, as though there were something entered late in the night, and also around the fireplace there's also the lingering of a spell that you can't quite distinguish without a roll to check.
Alright. I'm gonna roll to check what this spell is.
What do you say?
I got a 14.
14, I'll say that's good enough. You can tell that this was a form of a spell that's meant to be a trap. That it is set in place for a creature to get within its range, and it creates a magical snare to hold something suspended in the air.
That's very odd. Do we know anyone in the party that can cast a spell like that? Because I have many cantrips and abilities at my disposal, but I can't cast snares.
Yeah, we can cut out the silence in this part.
Da, 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 da,
You know what, just to save us some time, it is a spell that druids know.
I think we gotta go ask our druid friends some questions.
I believe that's the case.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Never happens.
To the Kennedy.
Before we go, can I check under the bed to see if I can find anything there?
So you go up to the bed. Do a perception check for me, actually. roll with advantage because this is a smell check. I will say.
5.
Yeah, you don't see anything. You duck under the bed. There's, like, you can see where the scroll was picked up.
I do have a +3 to perception, so it would have been an 8, but
an 8, yeah.
but still nothing. Yeah, all right.
Not great enough. But you kind of just look back up. There's really nothing under the bed. Nothing caught your eye when you were getting down to look or rising back up. So yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Just gonna say before, as like we're leaving the room, can I take like one last look around just to see if anything catches my eye?
Yeah, go ahead and do a perception check for me.
So, perception. Come on. 11, 15.
Oh, great, yeah. So your eyes go to the empty plate at the bedside with nothing but crumbs. And with a 15, I'll go ahead and say, and among the crumbs, it's pastry crumbs. It's like a scone or something. You notice that there is a bit of like a powdery residue with them. Similar in appearance to like a powdered sugar.
Huh.
Yeah.
Or something about some frostbite powder.
Is this information that you wanna give out?
Well, I mean, last I checked, I'm not a fucking baker, and I didn't even know he had goddamn scones with him. So,
More specifically about the poison the powder poison, the frostbite powder poison.
I'm not a fucking baker.
And the body that's curled up like it was cold and freezing.
I mean,
I don't know.
What do you got to say?
I don't really have much to say about the powder.
No
I had
problem.
some in my bag, yes, but it's more for I take it during the summer because it gets hot, and I have fur, so...
I will say, you would know that it's not a pleasant feeling. It is not like a cooling sensation. It is just, even microdosing it just gives you like a uncomfortable shiver down the spine.
I like to be uncomfortable.
Man, imagine fucking microdosing frostbite poison.
Frostbite venom from Scott.
Yeah.
But I did notice there was also missing... A handful of things were missing from my bag. My scroll, a fucking potion, and my goddamn frostbite resistance.
You've got a lot of fucking suspicious items that are directly related to this murder, bud.
I talk to demons on the daily. Do you really think me having poisons is
That's not helping your
out
case.
of the realm of
What
possibility?
did the demons tell
What
you
did the
to
demons
do?
tell you to do to
Corn
Gimmel's
stash?
Home Slice?
They didn't tell me to do anything to Gimmel's. They tell me to collect things, and that's really it. Like that
Collect
rabbit.
bodies, perhaps?
Well, they kind of whisper for me to collect like their bodies, and I guess they want the souls, like that rabbit. That's why I took that and went and hunted something else.
It's not looking good, cat.
What about the snare trap in his room,
Directly linked to the prank that was supposed to take place.
right above the fireplace?
Yeah.
Why was it right above the fireplace?
Huh?
Guys, I'm just going to say it, all right? From all of our professional observations, I've confirmed that this guy's cooked.
Well, yes. I mean, you can see that from the body. He's very dead,
Yeah.
very cooked,
Well done.
very covered in talon marks.
From a chicken that was burning alive on his chest.
I mean, but you've got talon marks too.
I do too. Yeah, I mean, you got claws, motherfucker. You could also be scratching him and making it look like bird marks.
Like bird. But also, that scroll that was missing, I don't know how to read that language. I couldn't have cast that scroll.
Neither the fuck do I.
But who does?
I'm a bird.
Offhand question for the two of you: did either of you check the window seal?
No, he didn't.
No.
Because there's feathers outside my window, but it hasn't been opened since the storm hit.
Where the fuck did you come from? You weren't in this room.
Hey, we walked into here
Oh, yeah,
together.
They walked in.
Okay.
Asked you fuckers
Fuck,
if you
you
had
scared
any
me.
clues.
So
Fuck, Jesus fucking Christ.
that's all you said is there's a couple feathers. That's it.
Yeah, there's chicken feathers outside my window, but the window hasn't been opened.
Who would be stupid enough to go out in a goddamn blizzard like this?
What color
I
are the
mean-
feathers?
You had two halflings that were
feathers.
apparently
Oh,
trying
they're
to
chicken
prank
feathers,
each other
okay.
with a chicken. So me or my brother probably went out there, but my
Yeah,
window hasn't been opened, so I didn't climb back in through it.
Yeah, but when you think about it, those feathers were on the second story. If someone fell, they'd get hurt. That's who would be dumb enough to
mean-
put feathers outside a second story window?
How easy is it to climb the side of the building? I hadn't even checked when we came in.
I don't really know. I wouldn't know too much of that either. I don't really think it's safe to go out and check either.
I mean,
The snow's piling up and it's getting colder by the minute.
how many cloaks do we have?
Fucking Fortnite storm outside, bro. I can't do this shit.
Jake curls up in the corner. I can't do this shit.
I can't do this. I'm gonna get knocked, bro. It's not good.
Dude, he's gonna hit a clip on me, man.
Yeah, he's gonna crank 90s. He's fucking hey, dude.
All right. Well, while we're having that conversation, I'm gonna go back to, or I'm gonna go up to the window and I'm gonna check the seal to see if it's loose at all.
Inside of Gimelsworth's room,
Yes.
you see that it is sealed just like it was in your room. There's no, because, you know, if it had opened during the storm, there would be like a little bit of snow that would have gotten in, right?
Torchy, you do run hot. Did you by any chance get a little too hot last night?
I told you I had to walk outside for a brief minute.
Out the window?
No, outside.
What window did this chicken come through?
Outside. I'm not talking about a chicken. I told you I had to walk outside briefly.
But you've
Right.
been outside, is what he's
How-
saying. That's the point he's trying to make.
What, the point I'm trying to make is what window this chicken came in through.
Gimme.
Because it's on our side of the building, but myself and Gimme, all windows haven't been opened, and the only other person on this side is Torchy.
Excuse me, Mr. Arson.
Yes, stranger. What is your question, fam?
May I ask? You had to go outside at a certain point last night just to get some air, cool off, whatever. Did you happen to see anything while you were out there? Anything of note?
Did I?
Just Blizzard running around.
Just Blizzard running around.
The game developer?
Overwatch?
Yeah. Diablo?
Overwatch? Diablo? The other game? What are that? What the World of War? No, they do World of Warcraft. It's just Warcraft. Wow. I was gonna say World of Warcraft. You got technical
Craft of
difficulties.
World War.
They also did Heroes of the Storm.
So no, I did not see anything of note outside other than snow and more snow and also more snow. Couldn't be outside for long. I would die.
I'm going to go take an inventory of my poisons to see if anything else is gone. Do a double check.
How many things have come out of your pack in the past 24 hours?
From my count, like 3, I think.
What are they?
It was that scroll that was missing, and I can't read it. It was my poisons, the one, and it was swapped for a poison regeneration, which I guess the killer used instead.
The poison of fire weakness.
I believe so, yeah.
Yes. I'll confirm because I'm the one who identified it.
So whoever did this made him feel cold, and he threw himself into the fire to feel warm.
That's a very grim way to look at it. Why would he? Why
That's
would he
what
do
it's
that?
seeming like, unless the fire snakes dragged him there.
Do they even have the strength to do that?
That's-
I mean,
Why I'm thinking he threw himself into the fire.
Are there any rooms that haven't been investigated yet, like at all?
but wouldn't the
So, no one has been inside of Cornstash's room.
I'm gonna go to Cornstash's room.
So, you go into Cornstash's room, and anywhere in particular that you're looking? Because what we do know so far, for sure, is that his satchel has been
Rummaged through.
rummaged through. Yeah.
I mean, I guess the ideal place to start would be to look at his satchel.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, you don't ever really look in there too often, but you see that he still has like some items that are there. Probably the best person who could tell you what was missing would be Cornstash himself. So while you're still the only person in here, any other looking around you wanted to do?
Well, first thing I want to do is look at the window.
You look at the window, don't even have to roll for it. It has definitely been opened.
We found our window, boys.
By Joe.
Can I look around the window just to see if I notice anything else?
Oh, sure. I mean,
Anything, a footprint, a feather.
investigation check. It's not going to be a hard DC at all.
14.
14 plus
so
2.
you definitely see
16.
like claw marks. Knowing that Khajiit are proficient with climbing, he was able to scale up and down the building.
See, I've been thinking that. Like, I've been thinking, it's like, we're on the second floor, we need someone who can climb, and the first thing that came to mind was cat. Okay. Interesting. Okay, you, come here.
What is it, bud?
Can I ask, is there any reason you might have gone outside through this window?
I mean, I tend to sleepwalk. It's just kind of part of the thing ever since I made a deal with my patron.
Do you tend to sleep murder?
No. No.
Just asking.
Just asking for a friend.
Yeah.
I've also been told I've been known to sleep climb. It's a weird thing.
Interesting.
I think at night, this is kind of just a theory I've kind of conspired with the things I've learned, is I think my patron takes over my body at night and makes me just walk around.
And your patron's a demon?
You said?
You said?
You know, I'm not really like too sure about that. He's kind of vague.
In your head, you hear, "I'm a devil of the nine hells."
Yeah, what he said.
I didn't hear what you said.
What said?
I forget.
Who said?
I forget. People can't hear what I say. It's not important.
Speaking of, actually, you guys said a word that reminded me of something. Austin, Gundubad, you have forgotten all the evidence
Write that
that
down,
you
write
guys
that
have
down.
collected so far. Or at least ever since you drank what was left over from that alcohol bottle. So everything you've collected from that point to now has kind of escaped your memory.
Oh, he got amnesia.
Oh, no.
That bucket did something to him.
Where are you at the moment right now? Whose room are
Can't
you
put
guys
down the cup.
in? You don't know.
Sipping up promethazine.
Hey, yeah, just spitballing here. What if your patron killed his brother? What about that?
I mean, my patron's never done that before.
Well, I was to say he's not going to do it at any time, ever.
I mean,
You
that's
wouldn't
a
know, would
fair
you?
Point, but yeah. But also, my potions are missing, and I don't know how to cast that goddamn scroll.
Does your patron?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
What's the scroll written in?
The scroll was written in Ingen, which is the language of primordials, specifically the fire elementals. So that is how Jacob's character Arsenic was able to read it.
Okay. I thought I remembered something being written in Infernal. Never mind.
Oh, there is you haven't found it yet, but the container of the frostbite powder poison that was written in Infernal.
Can I ask, excuse me, Gundabad, why are you standing in the corner looking confused?
Which room am I in again?
Oh, boy.
Really? You forgot everything out of convenience?
Who's going to tell him?
Does he know?
Do you remember, do you know what's going on?
We're trying to find the other chickens?
Kinda?
Real convenient. Real convenient. Okay. All right. This fucking guy.
So, have you seen your brother?
You'd still know he's dead. Like, you just forgot it from
Okay.
He's
drinking the
he's in the other room in the fireplace, we know, but
I say we just chalk it up. He got drunk and thought the fireplace was his bed. I'd call it a day. I don't know.
But that's very inconclusive to what we're trying to figure out.
Fuck, man.
No one's coming forth, man. We keep running in circles.
I'm too sober for this. I'm going to get another bottle.
Hey, he's going to get another bottle. I say we all just drink this day away and pretend it never happened.
Yeah, we'll just bury your brother, wait for the storm to pass, and call it a day.
Bury him where?
So you guys do return to your... We could say you return to your rooms real fast.
Okay.
Kenku,
Mm-hmm.
Bernard, when you return to your room, your feet stumble across something in the floor.
Okay.
When you pick it up and examine it, it's an elixir. You can clearly tell, because it's in the common language, it is a poison of memory loss.
So that was in my room?
Mm-hmm.
The room I slept in.
Yep.
So Gimmelsworth's original room.
Mm-hmm.
And it's already been said that he was the one who took the sealed bottles from the bartender.
Mm-hmm.
So I found what he poured in the bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting.
Tabaxi, corn stash.
Yes.
You see that specifically what has been taken from your bag, now that you have it, you can rummage through it again, was the poison of fire weakness, the scroll that you didn't have a full understanding of what it was. It's just like pretty little fire snakes on it, cool. And the other poison, the powdered poison, and that is what you see.
Whoever's been taking this, I'm not very happy about this.
Oh, wait, sorry, I said that wrong. It is actually returned into your pouch, but you can see that it has been rummaged through and it's half empty now.
These poisons aren't easy to come by. Using them for something like this would be a waste. But whoever's doing it is damn near determined to cover their tracks.
So the innkeeper comes up, Benkeeper trademark, and asks, so have you guys, what's it? Oh, so have you guys come to any conclusion on who you think the murderer might be? Like, any questions you need to ask me? Any...
Man, we've got a lot of... We found a lot of different things, and we have like a half-decent picture of a lot of what went on last night, but we really we just can't point that finger.
Well, I guess while you sit and think it over, Bernard, would you like any more of those pastries you ordered yesterday?
Powdered pastries?
What?
You left a note requesting them to your room.
I don't know, man. I was drunk. Yeah, sure. I'll take some.
All right, I'll send them up. So he goes back down to start getting some scones. Just name a pastry ready. And
Don't ask that guy. He's not a fucking baker. He doesn't know anything about pastries.
Yeah, Cornstash isn't a baker.
Yeah, he is not a baker.
Despite my name, Cornstarch, I'm not the baker.
I thought it was corn stash.
It varies.
Cornstarch.
It changes.
Like your story.
It's kind of like my patron. He kind of
Man with many names and many stories. Convenient.
Yeah.
a
First,
bird
this
that's
motherfucker
fucking
over
another
here.
man's wife. Convenient.
Yeah, I'm fucking his wife.
Adam, it's like, yeah, I'm fucking his wife. Hey, do you remember that?
Yeah, you remember that? I figured I should just let you know
Remember,
again.
she loves
I'm
it.
fucking your wife.
And she loves it.
I
She
beat
loves
your woman, man.
She loves my cloaca.
I will pluck every feather from your body.
Oh, it's a threat. Kill him. He's
Yeah,
the
that's
killer.
like- that's
Dude, anger
Well,
issues.
wait. That wasn't a threat of murder, just intense violence.
Can't a bird like?
There's a difference.
Dude,
I was
the
gonna say,
innkeeper's
can't a
like a
bird
ref
like?
here. He's like, whoa.
Also, here your stupid little pastries. Here.
Can't a bird like die without its feathers or something? Won't it freeze to death?
I don't fucking know. Do I look like a bird vet?
What's a vet?
He's not a fucking bird vet.
I'm not a fucking bird vet.
Dude, fuck
I
if
got a
I know.
chicken
I'm not a
coop. You
bird
expect
bet.
me to know everything
Bird
about
bet.
it?
A bird bet?
They lay egg. They go bark.
They also fuck other men's wives.
You're still on that, huh?
Allegedly.
That's your crux.
It's very funny.
But anyway, here are your stupid little pastries. By the time you guys are done eating them, you guys need to take a vote. You need to tell me who you think murdered this little halfling's brother, who is also a little halfling through relation. And yeah, someone's getting sent off tonight, and you guys got to come to a decision, okay? This is bad for my business.
I want to take the pastries and I want to give them like a investigation.
They don't have any sugar powder that was kind of resembled onto the plate that you have determined to be the poison. They're just plain scones. We're gonna keep it at scones. Maybe croissants, actually.
Austin, I have a quick question.
Croissants.
If we end this one shot and we haven't found the murderer,
You're at least voting someone out is how this is gonna go.
okay, I was wondering
This is
if
very Among Us style how we're doing
I was
this.
figuring if we finished the campaign without figuring out the actual killer, if you would explain to us afterwards and
I
be
will
like,
go over a step by step
okay,
what happened.
okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, that's what I was wondering. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm realizing I put so many.
You
Red
realize
herrings
we're not
in
as
there.
smart as you thought we were.
We're like, oh, God.
I'm realizing that I'm DMing a bunch of dipshits.
Well, we do have a podcast.
He's like, you go into the room and it's like after investigating for a 6th time, eventually one of you finds a note, like right underneath the victim's head that says, "I killed him, signed the killer."
It's like, well, where was this 2 hours
You
ago?
just keep going up the stairs and down the stairs, and the keeper's like, "Did you check the room? Yeah. Are you sure?
Did you double check?
Like, did you
Retrace
double
your
check?
steps.
I'll go look again.
Yeah,
Fuck.
fuck, fine.
The innkeeper does leave with you guys when he brings up the new pastries that he brought for you guys. He brings up the note that was left behind yesterday, and he goes, "Yeah, this is the note you left." And he sets the note down. Immediately, you guys recognize the handwriting from your little check earlier as your halfling friend Gundubad's handwriting once again.
Just say you did it, man. Just come on.
Just say you did.
Put the cuffs on him, bro.
Dude, get the cuffs on this
Just
guy.
come on.
So with that, are you guys ready to come to a vote? If you are, I want it to be an anonymous vote.
Okay.
So, huh?
How does that work?
So we all just
DM it
like,
to me on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like right now?
are,
Yeah.
are we ready? Or
Okay.
Are we
Yeah. I mean, let's take a vote. Adam, you ready?
I think
Jake,
so.
you ready?
I
Yeah, I
think
think so.
Yes, you can.
Kagan, you ready?
I mean, I don't feel like there's any like true like reason you guys need to stay like quiet about who you vote out, but just for fuck's sake, I don't know.
Listener at home, whoever's listening this far in, no, it is 2 hours in, almost 2.5 hours. I don't know if this episode is going to be split into two, but regardless, I want somebody out there, whoever's listening, to guess who did it. Let us know.
Pause
Leave a
it now.
comment on
Tell
who
us
you
who did
think.
it.
Yep.
And then we'll find. And
All right.
then you'll find out.
Oh
momentarily.
my god. Okay, so there's an equal amount of votes. So
Really?
Yeah.
So one of us voted, like, everyone?
So sorry. There's an equal amount of votes for two people.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So how's it?
So
How's that gonna work?
damn. Vote again?
Like our runner-up?
I guess. Yeah. Do
Okay.
your runner-up.
Okay.
Or actually, here we're gonna do it like this. I'll say it out loud. It was Kagan and Austin.
Okay.
Those are the
So
two
now,
options.
once again, go for Kagan or Austin. Or if you want to change your vote,
So we can double down.
yes.
It's just the same answer.
I'm gonna double down. I knew it was fucking you.
And that had no effect.
Okay.
Is it all the same answer?
Nice. All right.
Okay.
Okay, both.
Damn.
I mean, maybe give both. I don't know, man. I was gonna say give both of
I
them a
guess
chance
we're
to
gonna,
plead
like,
their case.
Okay.
Or you
we're
could
gonna
let
roll a
the
D4.
innkeeper just choose who he thinks.
Yeah, we're gonna do a D4.
Okay.
Evens are Kagan, odds are Austin.
Okay.
Okay. Even, so Kagan.
You're getting locked up forever, bro.
You're getting locked up.
Okay, and now.
Hopefully they give you a
just-
fucking scratcher
I'm
in
gonna
your...
DM all of you so it doesn't
jail
look so
cell.
suspicious.
Wait, what?
Yeah, check your DMs.
Checking my DMs. Checking my DMs.
Actually, what all do I
Ethan's waiting over there in anticipation to find out who it is.
I mean, I know who it is.
I mean, I know who it is.
Do you?
Yeah.
Did someone tell you?
It's obvious.
It's
Is it?
obvious.
Who
Don't
did it?
say it. Well,
Yeah,
hold on.
I
Oh,
want to
yeah,
hear
wait.
before you like explain who did it. I want to hear Ethan's guess too.
Or do you? Okay. Well, I guess that's up to Allston.
I mean, I don't actually exist. I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Actually,
not
the halfling
healed.
is alive.
He faked his death.
Himmel's is like he coughs from being incinerated. Guys, you idiot.
It's like a burnt marshmallow, like coming through from its burnt
Yeah.
casing. He's
He
now a
just,
butterfly.
takes off his like burnt skin and he's just
Ew.
like gooey, gooey
Like a
little
marshmallow?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm alive. I'm alive. So are you sending stuff to all of us directly?
Actually, you know what? It was just going to be about like information that you guys haven't
okay.
seen yet that would directly be stuff that you guys would know about. So
Yeah.
I'm going to refrain from that.
Okay.
But yeah, so Court Stash has been voted out. And so
Aw.
with that, the innkeeper goes, well, clam.
This isn't right. This is a misunderstanding.
Well, I'm sorry. I mean, you guys came to a vote. Have you ever seen the it's a tragedy. It's a
As I'm
play
just
that they
standing there
do.
with cuffs on, just like.
It's a tragedy that they do at plays. It's called Among Us. It's a.
I've heard
I
of
mean,
that
this
one.
is
Among
this is
Us.
very similar to how they vote people off on there. I hope you're the murderer in the sense that I hope I don't arrest an innocent, not on the sense that I hope that you actually murdered someone, but bye, and then you are.
Before I leave, I just drop the accent. And I go, "Are you shitting me right now?" And I just teleport away.
I was in electrical the whole time.
Away.
I'm telling you.
And
You gotta
with
believe it.
that, do we want to swap mics with Kagan out, or
Wait, what do you mean?
like since Kagan is voted
Oh, we're
out,
still going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we got to get one more person out after we get a little bit more of these clues looked over with.
Okay.
Unless you guys just want to go ahead and vote both of them out, because
Well,
you guys got
take
most of the clues
let's
done.
take a group vote, I guess. Do we want to end it here or keep going?
I mean, it's really like because we voted. The tie was between these two.
yeah.
Do we want to just fucking vote Gundabad out too?
Get out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. I actually don't want you anymore. Get out
Like,
of here.
oh, already? The twin? Goodness, here, give me your hands, boy. And claims them over him. And
Wait, he
Before
had
you-
more than one pair?
yeah, he had two pairs.
Before you cast him
I
away.
had three a while back, but this is actually not the first time this kind of thing has happened.
Hey, before
believe it
he's
or not.
casted away, can you tell us who you think did it?
Well, I didn't want to mention this before, but since you already voted two people out, I do have divination orbs placed up on the corners of it is cameras.
Cameras. There's cameras in the end. Are you shitting me, dude? No, there's cameras. The whole fucking cameras. And then Austin's just teleported away. He's like, wait, what?
No, you hear this like right before you get teleported.
We just hear like a.
Yeah, like
Yeah, sorry, I just now remembered that. Let's go play
That's
a
no
match.
problem, man. Don't even worry
Yeah,
about
no
it.
problem. Don't even worry about it, dog. Don't even trip.
Don't even trip, homie.
Okay, so actually, I feel like it would be more fun to do it this way. On three, everyone get to your mic, so there's a bit of anticipation.
Bum, bum, bum.
On three, I want the murderer to announce who they are. 1, 2, 3.
It was
fucking
me.
killed
It
him.
was never
It was
meant
me.
for gimmers. What?
Say it again.
It was me.
It was me.
It was me.
I fucking killed that guy.
We all contributed,
He's
didn't
fucking
we?
dead.
It was never meant for Gimel.
You know, the more I was thinking about it, the more I was reading it, I was like, I think we all contributed together.
Are you fucking serious, dude?
fucking Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, it's so great.
Okay, so all of us did it.
So
Yeah.
I had the intent to murder, but it was supposed to be Bernard.
Because of the fucking...
But
Yeah.
Among other things, yes.
Oh no,
Yes.
I was straight up out for fucking Gimmelsworth, man. For my plates, bro.
What was my motive?
My motive was
I just kind of felt like killing somebody.
my motive was
I just love killing.
my patron promised me strength if I chose a sacrifice, and out of all the people, I was like, yeah, Gimmelsworth is gonna fucking get killed because he's the one. I saw him and I was like, he's perfect.
He's perfect.
Fuck, I really thought that it was just gonna be like one person.
Me too.
I thought it was just gonna be me.
This whole thing is a red
The
herring.
more I thought it was me, but also the more I thought about it and the more we talked about it, I was like, I think we all killed this guy.
Dude, it's
because we
like
all
the
had a
Smiling
reason.
Friends episode. How many fucking people killed this guy?
So can we read our wait? So
go ahead and go in like your initiative order. So like Austin, you'll tell your whole story.
Hang on,
first.
is that what you based this off of?
What?
There's an episode of Smiling Friends where they're trying to like find out. They go into a fast food place and they're trying to find out who killed the
I know
owner.
That episode now.
And
I didn't.
They look at
think
the
of that
video
episode
and it's
at
like
all, though.
every single suspect, like at one point or another, went in and like fucking did something. And they just look at it and they go, "How many fucking people killed this guy?"
Yeah, no, that's entirely like basically how it went. Yeah.
And except we didn't check the cameras because we didn't bother to check the divination orbs.
Like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention we got cameras in here. But yeah, no, go ahead, tell your plan on how to murder this guy.
Yeah, so essentially, my target was actually Birdnar. So
Fuck you too, dog.
I'm the one that
fucking
went,
his wife.
We keep fucking your wife.
when I went to the coop, as I told everyone I was doing, to grab the chicken and put it in my brother's room. What I was actually doing is sneaking up into Cornstash's room and taking the poison,
You fucking dick.
and I poured it onto the scone after leaving a note saying that Birdnar wanted
Some scones.
some scones brought up to his room, and I floured it over thinking it was going to be going to Birdnar because it was his room originally, and then I go to bed. So when they swapped, I didn't know they swapped.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
I thought I missed something because whenever it said that I had ordered scones and it was like in your handwriting, I'm pretty sure I have a skill that lets me perfectly copy someone else's handwriting.
I do too. I have forgery as well.
Yeah.
That is a
But I
skill.
will say, actually, you guys, I'm pretty sure y'all found all the evidence that was there except for one thing, and that was the poison of fire weakness. The label on it, at least, on the regeneration potion bottle that would have been found in the Fire Ganassi rooms, the Arsenic's room. That, I'm pretty sure that is the only bit of evidence you guys did not find.
Other than the fucking cameras.
Yeah. other than the fucking
Okay.
So none of us looked up once. Come on, man.
All right, so my reasoning is I'm just going to read what you
Yeah,
sent
yeah,
me.
yeah.
So once they are all blacked out, you sneak out of your window to leave a note in the halfling's handwriting using your forgery skill proficiency, saying you borrowing a chicken, but you only pluck a few feathers from one of them in return to leave them outside the window of the other halfling's room, Austin's room. You would then envelop the hallway in a magical darkness to ensure no one sees you, to send out your familiars into his room to rip him apart and carry him to the fire pit, where his corpse shall be burned away as an offering to your patron. The talons of your familiars will throw suspicion onto the... It says Austin's halfling, but I feel like it was meant for Adam's character because he has...
Probably, yeah.
And they throw halfling, and the flames could throw suspicion onto the Ganassi, and they will never suspect a thing.
Yeah,
Nice.
Except for one thing. Every tool used to kill this motherfucker came out of your bag.
That is, y'all are all just like, hey, he's got like the most shit to kill someone. Let's just take from him.
Is Adam next to explain
Yeah.
what he was,
So
his side? Yeah.
it says, you've been meaning to make this bastard pay for all of your precious decorative china sets that have been lost to his hand. And how exactly should you go about this? You snuck into the Tabaxi's room and went looking through his satchel, looking for any kind of poison to use, but instead you came across a scroll. The words atop the page were in a language you could not read, but the image depicted in the middle made it obvious. It was a scroll of summoning fire snakes. You placed the scroll under your bed and casted the spell Magic Mouth to speak the command words to cast the spell once the triggering actions occurred.
Okay.
The trigger for Magic Mouth was to speak the command. The trigger for Magic Mouth to speak the command words were set to be you casting the silence spell. So the Magic Mouth spell would activate and then immediately have the room become void of sound to drown out his screams.
Oh shit!
The night after you have all been drinking heavily, you ask the halfling to switch rooms with you so that you can be in the room opposite the rising sun. Too drunk to refuse, they accept and take the room across the hall. Later on, before you set off to carry on with your plan to cast the spell, as if the universe itself is encouraging you to carry on, the Ganassi approaches you and asks you to cast the silence spell around the halfling's room so that their snoring doesn't keep you all awake. Giving you the phrase in the Ganassi's voice, "Hey Bernard, could you cast silence over Gimmelworth's room so that his snoring doesn't keep us up?"
Was I supposed to speak like that the entire time?
Yeah, you were supposed to stutter.
Oh, sorry.
Every sentence was supposed to end with "bro damn."
Bro damn. So is it my turn to? Say, okay, so I went into the Tabaxi's room and stole from their satchel a poison of weakness to fire.
Man, did we all take something from this guy?
Yes, you did. That shit wasn't easy to come by. You all took it from me.
I then swapped the label with that of a regeneration potion that Gimmelsworth kept in his bag, keeping the plan that the drunk halfling had in mind about releasing chickens into his brother's room. I decided that later that night, after a bunch of heavy drinking, I would sneak into Gimmelworth's room while he's asleep and place the regeneration potion, quote unquote, right on the edge of the fire pit in his room, but not before innocently requesting Bernard to cast the silence spell around Gimmel's room so that his snoring doesn't keep us up, quote unquote. Then you would cast the spell Snare over the fire pit. Once I was out of the room, I would then summon a rooster to wreck his shit. Once the halfling finally defeats the ravenous rooster that awoke him by clawing at his throat, he'll search for his potion of regeneration, quote unquote, that he crawls towards before being swept over the flames of the fire pit after entering the range of triggering the snare spell that holds him suspended above the flames, where he would continue to be scorched until his demise.
So I have a question. What is the order that this shit happens? Because my familiars are supposed to tear him apart.
I'm glad you asked.
Okay.
So if you notice, none of you were actually.
Ethan's like,
are evil.
what?
You didn't know this guy, okay?
And you should
He
know this
deserved
too.
it.
So if you notice, none of you were actually in the room to see him being killed.
Yeah. Oh god. Don't tell me that's not what killed him.
It was Ben Keeper.
Well, no, it was like
All
it was
along.
like a one-on-one, like one thing after another, just coming in to just wreck this
He
guy's
just
shit.
kept being like, "Oh god, oh thank God I made. Oh no, oh god, oh shit, oh I survived. Oh no."
So essentially, like what happened more chronologically was Austin's character goes to bed after already laying the pastries out. Gimblesworth goes to his room. He is very hungover. He goes, "Oh, you want to switch rooms? All right." So he leaves the elixir of the memory loss potion in there, goes to the other room where he sees the pastries lying there. He thinks, "Oh, cool." Eats those. Not long afterwards, he is shivering cold. He's wanting to get closer to the fire. Around that time, that would be when he grabs the potion, the weakness of fire potion, gets caught in the snare, gets strung up by it, and in his attempts to try and drink it, he only gets even more devastatingly injured by the fire. And that is around the time that the silence spell gets triggered, which sends the fire snakes out on him. Which, not long after that, is when the Ganassi goes to summon the chicken to go wreck his shit, leading him to go grab the potion, which he's already grabbed. To which also, the Tabaxi, once the Ganassi goes back to his room to get away from anyone's, like, where someone could see him there, then the Tabaxi sends his familiars out to go in and also continue wrecking his shit.
I have a question.
All while he's suspended over the fire, just getting engulfed and bitten by fire snakes and flying imps. And,
Yeah, this man was guy would turn to
just a
fucking
random
shawarma.
chicken.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, the random chicken is the one that was like dead next to him in the fire too.
Yeah, but where did the rooster come from?
The one that was dead next to him.
Oh, okay.
That was the one that you
Yeah.
summoned,
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I have a lot to think about. I don't know about you boys.
I don't know. You and me are free. These fuckers are in jail.
True, we made it
Yeah,
out.
we made it.
Hey, at the end, Gimblesworth comes out of the closet. Boy, I sure am glad I'm not that guy.
I'm curious because I know that me and Kagan voted for each other. Who did Adam? You and Jake? Who did y'all vote for?
I
I
voted for
voted
you.
for Kagan.
Okay, so it was me and Jake versus Kagan and Adam.
Yeah.
But no, then you guys' triplet.
What if we just
Wimble's girth comes in?
What if we all just came to like the conclusion that like, hey, what if we just kill the innkeeper and then pretend none of this happened and continue?
What if we did that at the beginning? What if we
That's a
chose
wife
to
and
attack
family.
you?
Don't do that to him. Don't do that to Ben.
Gotta
Keeper.
say,
So, dude, we're all
really
evil.
don't care.
Yeah, you guys are all like unforgivably evil.
Yeah, it's like I'm out here killing people and fucking people's wives.
Yeah,
man.
like I wanted that to
I
be
do this
clear,
shit for the
like
love
from
of
the
the
character
game.
introduction.
I'm in it for the love of the game, little homie.
Which I guess you have no competition anymore.
My schizophrenia
I'll keep her company
told me
while
to
you're in
steal
prison.
feathers and experiment.
Keep her warm.
I'll keep her warm for you.
And her
Oh my god.
and her walls will keep me warm.
Dude, this has been really fun. I hope Allston and Austin, I hope you guys had a good time here today
Yeah,
on the
this was
episode.
fantastic.
Yeah,
It's
hell yeah.
hot, dude. I am
Yeah,
like,
it's hot. We have reached the natural conclusion of this episode. This is probably I don't know if this is going to be the longest episode or the Attack on Titan episode from
It's gonna
last
be
year
pretty
is going to be
close.
because
Being able
this is
to
long.
rewatch this episode is going to be pretty.
Yeah,
This
I
one's
don't
2
know-
hours and 30
I
minutes
don't know
long.
if we're going to split it up or make it into one long episode.
We also
We'll
have, what,
debate
10,
that.
15 minutes to cut out when we took the breaks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll be editing it and then see where we land. But it was really nice to have both of you on.
Yeah, no, this was pretty fun.
Hell yeah. We've been meaning to get both of you on for a while, and we actually had an idea with Austin in the pipeline, but this is better, I think. This is a better version of that. But hell yeah. You guys have any closing thoughts before Adam gets us out of here?
On the top of the dome? No, you guys did great.
Hell yeah.
It was very fun for me, especially because I know all of you essentially have the same thought process going on.
Yeah.
Of I'm the murderer, but I had to pin it on someone else.
Fucking.
At the end when y'all started talking about like the poison and having it, I was just like, shit, I don't know what to say here. Like, I don't.
Dude,
so
I
I
was
just started.
sticking out my ass, dude. Whenever I thought that I was the only murderer. So whenever all the blame was on me, I was this close to saying it's me. It was me. Yeah.
I confess.
I was actually a bit surprised because I thought that with all of you having that same thought process, I thought that as soon as one person was getting
Right.
kind of like blame put on them, that everyone would kind of jump on
Jump
them.
on.
Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
look at this guy. Don't look at me, look at this guy.
Yeah. Jingle, jingle.
But you guys kind of stayed more like level-headed and were like, well, we want to go ahead and look around.
I want to
Yeah.
find more of these red herrings.
I want to find more
I'm craving
clues.
fish.
I do have a
And
question for
not
you,
just his
Austin.
wife.
Amnesia and then throwing all of the evidence that accuses me of it right before the vote.
What the hell, man?
That was entirely just because you chose to drink the alcohol had already been established to be poisoned, and you still drank it. It was
Yeah, I was like-
a memory loss.
I walked
poison.
up and I said, "Hey, this alcohol has poison in it," and you said, "Oh," and I was like,
I mean,
"Okay."
yeah, I figured there was going to be a negative to drinking it,
And it was memory loss.
but I thought
Nice.
It took a while to get into your system.
I wasn't expecting the memory loss to hit, and then Ben Keeper to immediately go, "Oh, here's all the evidence I have against Gundabon. Okay, now vote."
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
then I had
Fuck.
no memories to use to defend myself.
You're like, I don't know.
and no time to do it either.
Yeah.
That was only intended to be like memory wipe of everything after drinking it again. So
Yeah,
there
but I
wasn't
couldn't
an
remember
extra
what
bit.
I learned before and what I learned after.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Alrighty, guys. Let's get out of here.
Adam, walk us out of here, please.
Yeah.
Bye.
No.
Well, if you've made it through this behemoth of an episode, then you've been listening to it on YouTube, Spotify, and or Apple Podcasts, or really anywhere that you can get your podcasts. And if you want to check out some absolutely banging clips of some of the best portions of some of our episodes that we've made, you can check them out on Instagram, TikTok, and X, Twitter. Ethan, he throws together some absolute bangers and puts them on our socials. So yeah, I reckon that's about it. Man, leave a comment before you even listen to the episode. I don't know why I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
Just comment. We need comments.
Yeah.
I want to.
Beginning of the episode.
I want to hear people's feedback as to like how we're doing and what's going on, and hell, interact with the media. Try and guess who the killer was.
It'd be nice.
It
That
was
would be
all
nice.
of us.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you for listening to another one, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Thank you, Austin and Allston.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful guests.
The two stins.
The two stins.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Boy.